Now launching the dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
Yeah, so
got
cartoons...
real people out there. What are we drawing pictures for?
That's what yes.
Sound like dumb.
I know.
Hey, what are you doing? Drawing pictures? You got real people out there trying to put food on the table. Give them an acting job.
South Park, why are these kids with the foul mouths and they're cussing?
My God.
Going to Casa Bonita.
You know, back in my day, they used to draw the pictures. Now they got the computers drawing the pictures. What are we doing here? Taking jobs away from hardworking Americans.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach? No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak. And I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room. Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
Oh, Tuesday's busy for us. It's girthy.
Oh, it's a lot going on.
Here's what's coming up on the show today. All the news and notes you need as we go inside the NFL at 3:48. Rapid fire in the 4 o'clock hour. Game show in the 5 o'clock hour. What is the game, Boner?
Well, Mike, today we're going to do Southern trivia. Just going to give you questions about the South. I think mostly related to states in the South.
Do I hate the South? True or false?
True.
That's correct.
True. I know you do.
Well, you've
Yes.
passed my quiz.
Oh, I know that. But we got some things for you there. It's something a little different.
Okay. Titans get their first win of the season last night against the Dolphins. If you watched that game, my condolences.
Oh, we're just hopping right in. Just right into
Well, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I thought maybe I get a little wine and a little dining before we get down to
All right,
business.
here.
But you just,
Okay, fine.
say, hey, you like me or not?
I thought
Football!
we'd get to the show.
Oh, sure.
As opposed to the normal time wasting that we
right.
normally do.
Well,
but
that's
now
fine.
you don't know. Now you shame me. All right, here's something I can talk about.
Go ahead.
Why is it? It doesn't matter what time of year it is, what's going on. I will inevitably, like I did this morning, get this question from my wife. Can you believe it's October already? Yes, I can believe it. She cannot believe that it's any time than it is.
Right.
Like if you say to me in January, can you believe it's 100 degrees? No, that's hard to believe.
Right.
But if you ask me, can you believe it's October? Yes, I can.
Yeah, I get your point. You're saying that the idea that the time is moving fast. It is something that I feel like it depends on the day and it depends on what you're doing. Like if you are in an extremely busy season of your life where it feels like every day you're just barely hanging on, then yeah, you might look up after 3 weeks and be like, oh my gosh, where'd the month go? I can understand that a little bit. But if you're constantly shocked
Always
at the calendar,
Can you believe? Fill in the blank. Today was October.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe it's October? Are you stressed because of this? What do we have to do? Nothing.
Well, I think she's just, it's just, I get it. I'm more like that in our relationship than Melissa is. Melissa's the one who's like, yeah, I can believe it's October. I can believe this.
Everything. And this is why I feel so disconnected from the human race. Because everybody, how can you believe this? This just happened 20 years ago. I can't believe it. I don't remember anything. Like pre-baby, I don't remember my life at all.
You don't remember having a life before Samantha?
No. And pre-wife.
Oh.
That's like
what?
2 lifetimes ago.
No, but you remember that.
I barely remember anything.
You tell stories from your childhood of like,
Well, those
Timmy
are-
Paul Nusky or whatever was over there picking his nose and then fell off the porch or whatever. And you tell these stories like they just happened yesterday. So you remember some things from that time.
Those are scars.
No?
That's trauma.
That's called memories. That's what memories are.
No, I don't have any memories.
They're just smoothed over scars and trauma, Mike. That's all they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Time moves slowly for me.
It moves. Yeah, I usually find it dragging on more and more than I thought it would. But yeah, that's all right. That's everybody. Time's relative.
Can you believe?
Einstein.
That's it?
Einstein told us time is relative. That's the whole thing.
I feel like I'm 170.
You feel like
That's
you've
how
been here
long
forever.
my life has felt.
No, you don't have those moments where you're like, this band put this album out 30 years ago. And you're not like, wow, that is, I can't believe it's that old.
No.
You don't ever have that?
No.
I do all the time. Now that stuff, that'll get me where I'm like, what's that, like 10, 12 years old? It's like, nope, that happened in the 90s, pal. And I'm like, yeah, again, 10 or 12 years ago, right? And they're like, it's 2024. 10 years ago would be 2014. And then my mind is like, what? 2014 is in the future.
There was this viral video that I saw yesterday. Or actually, Kristen brought it to my attention because Samantha likes Pearl Jam. I like Pearl Jam, right? There was a video. Eddie Vedder had a show where he brought his 16-year-old daughter up on the stage, and they did a Taylor Swift song together.
Right.
Because they both like Taylor Swift. And my wife says, can you believe Eddie Vedder has a 16-year-old daughter? Yes, because he's 60. I could believe it if he had a 30-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's see.
We seem to lose track of how old people really are. He's 60.
By the way, you brought this up, and I can't believe I forgot. You started me thinking about rock stars having kids and how old everybody is. I forgot to tell you about the child that is going to become the most awesome kid, most like amazing lineage in the world when it comes to coolness.
Who?
No one will be more cool than this person. There's a little love story that I wasn't aware of that Frances Bean Cobain, you're aware that she is obviously the daughter of Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain. Do you know who she is attached to, married to?
I don't know.
Kid by the name of Riley Hawk. Who is that, you say? Well, that is the son of one Tony Hawk. The two of them just had a baby whose name is Ronan Walker Cobain Hawk. He is Tony Hawk and Kurt Cobain's grandkid. That child is now going to grow up where it's like, you know, the family tree where your dad basically reinvented skateboarding and your granddad, and your other granddad kind of like blew music apart for like a whole generation of people, started a whole new thing. Those are your grandparents. Whatever you want to do, you're just probably going to be the coolest kid in your school, right? Kids are walking around wearing Nirvana shirts and Birdhouse shirts. You're like, yeah, that's my grandparents right there. That's the old folks.
Grandpa's on turmeric commercials now. Hey, I'm Tony Hawk. You know what I do when I try and stay with the young whippersnappers? I take some turmeric.
Yeah.
I'm running for president.
I'm just saying, that kid, if that kid just grows up and works at Walmart, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, that kid's going to have.
That's good.
If he grows up and is like, I like painting, they're going to be like, Kurt Cobain and Tony Hawk's grandson likes painting. These are going to be the most mind-bending paintings you'll ever see because he's got artistry in him. He's got all of this talent. He's amazing. And it's like, he may be. I don't know. I hope he is.
I say this with the utmost compassion and respect, and I can relate to this too, but knowing the family history of one branch of that tree, just have the psychiatrist on speed dial.
Well, sure. Obviously, you need to be aware that, depression is hereditary. Those are all things we should be aware of. Be aware of it in your own family, too, for what it's worth. You're like,
well, there's depression, and then there's what Courtney is.
Well, okay, fair enough.
A major loon.
Well, she's been, to be fair, she's been through a lot.
She has.
Been through a lot. I will give her that caveat. I will say, though, sometimes it cracks me up when people are like, mental history in my family? I don't think so. It's like, your dad has like a basement full of trains. I don't know if you know that. He's got something. He's on some spectrum there or something. Over here, you got a person who like is afraid to fly ever. They're not diagnosed with anything. They have something. I'm just saying, you might want to look into whatever that is.
We've all got something.
Right.
Can I talk about the Titans now?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right,
sure.
Titans get their first win of the season against the Dolphins. It was gross. Lions beat the Seahawks. Lots of offense. Jared Goff had a perfect completion percentage.
Well, I'm mad about this.
Why?
He had a perfect. No, he did in a great game, except that when you go to the passer rating that they do, he did not get a perfect passer rating when he went 19 for 19.
What are they factoring? Was he sacked?
I don't. No, I don't. If he was, how is that? I mean, I get it could be a little on him, but I'm saying that could be on the offensive line. The whole point is he was 19 for 19. It's called a passer rating. I don't like QBR and passer rating are different things. If the QBR wasn't perfect, because maybe he wasn't perfect quarterbacking, because you shouldn't take a sack or something.
Quarterbacking.
This is literally called the passer rating. He's 19 for 19, and he didn't get a perfect passer rating.
So you're saying there's a problem with the matrix.
He was 18 for 18.
Sorry. Okay.
The team was 19 for 19.
Never mind.
That's right.
That's right. Because
that one completion that wasn't his. He caught the touchdown pass.
He did, yeah.
I think if you break through and are like, yeah, I didn't throw one of the passes, it was completed, and I caught it, you're helping your passer rating for your team. That should still count. Come on. What are we talking about?
I didn't know that was going to get you all fired up.
I'm
today.
fired up about it. I also am fired up about those blue helmets. I like them.
I
love it.
disgusting.
Oh, that's a great look.
I hate them.
I love it. I'm not saying it should replace the classic look for the Lions. I'm just saying what a great look that is. It's not my team. I'm just saying as a neutral to that game.
Right.
That was a nice look.
I'm just saying, if you're watching the game like I was and you say to yourself, man, the Seahawks have the muted uniforms tonight, then maybe your other uniforms are a little too loud.
It's black and blue.
I don't like it.
What's more football than black and blue?
I don't like the shade.
The shade?
It's a bad shade.
It's a nice blue.
I don't like it.
It's the Lions' color of blue. It's not like they went out and got like teal. They're not the
That's
Panthers.
fine. I like black too. I don't like black helmets when the Buckeyes wear them.
Well, all right, that's fine because we're Buckeye fans. I'm just saying with the Lions, I think it's a nice
fan of
look.
fashion. That's what
are
I'm
you?
a fan of.
Okay.
Actually, we had a little discussion last night. Samantha came down and said, "Who are we rooting for?" I said, "Rooting for the Seahawks." I want to root for the Lions. Well, then what did you ask me for? Let me tell you why we root for the Seahawks, because the Lions are in the same division as the Bears.
Right.
What's a division? And so then I
Then you have to
explained
explain that.
this.
Right. Yes.
And she eventually got it,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a whole conversation.
Yeah.
Why are we rooting for this team? Well, here's why, honey. Because it directly affects our crappy team, the Chicago Bears.
That's right. Well, you got to learn where the lines are drawn in sports. You got to understand that. And as a kid, it's at first you're just like, I'm watching these two teams play, and you got to let them know there's repercussions, ramifications.
The sports world is talking about Pete Rose today. We will be no different, although our opinions may be a little bit different. That's coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to run into some slowdown due to some police activity that's on the left shoulder of northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt at Hamilton Road. And you can also expect a slowdown due to an accident on East William Street near East Central Avenue. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil changeanxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Real people in Ohio are learning more and more about the real Sherrod Brown.
I thought I knew Sherrod Brown, but I didn't know his voting record.
Sherrod voted to let transgender biological men compete in women's sports? What?
And Brown would allow puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for young kids.
For kids? Under Sherrod Brown's spending and inflation, everything is more expensive. Groceries, gas, housing, even electricity. Sherrod sure had me fooled. He votes a lot differently in D.C.
Then he talks here.
Washington has clearly changed Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod's not the guy we supported years ago.
Not at all.
And what Sherrod Brown's voting for, it's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown let us down.
Sherrod's changed. That's why we need to change senators.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers, the people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
It's Customer Appreciation Week with special deals like select Kroger brand pasta sauce or pasta for only 99 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 home preventative maintenance checkup. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the fall and winter ahead. Check us out at carpentercolumbus.com. That's carpentercolumbus.com.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi. Real people in Ohio are learning more and more about the real Sherrod Brown.
I thought I knew Sherrod Brown, but I didn't know his voting record.
Sherrod voted to let transgender biological men compete in women's sports? What?
And Brown would allow puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for young kids.
For kids? Under Sherrod Brown's spending and inflation, everything is more expensive. Groceries, gas, housing, even electricity. Sherrod sure had me fooled.
He votes a lot differently in D.C. than he talks here.
Washington has clearly changed Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod's not the guy we supported years ago.
Not at all.
And what Sherrod Brown's voting for, it's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown let us down.
Sherrod's changed. That's why we need to change senators.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Low energy, brain fog, or bloating? Your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver detox your body all year long without major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
It is time now to get a look at that weather report heading into the afternoon. Today, I think it's fair game that we could be looking at a few pop-up showers. Otherwise, peaks of sunshine expected later on, high 79. Cloudy but dry tonight with a low of 55. We wake up with clouds and fog on your Wednesday, but the sun comes out in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The kings of local social media.
Twitters and twatters.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Check us out on the YouTube. We're live. Just search 971 The Fan and click on the live stream, and then you can look at us. I'm waving at you.
There you go.
Media availability for the Buckeye coaches today. Ryan Day spoke. You'll hear from him coming up later. Chip Kelly spoke. I enjoyed this question to Chip. He said, Chip, someone said, what's the biggest difference between being a head coach and an offensive coordinator? And his response was proximity to taking a piss. Because he's up in the booth.
Yeah, he can go.
He's
run
got
to the
easy
bathroom.
access to urination.
Yeah, that's. Oh, and you got half the time. Not that I'm sure they're not sitting around twiddling their thumbs when the team's on defense, but I'm just saying he's, probably got a little chance to all right, we scored a touchdown. I'm going to run over here real quick, hit the head, and then be right back. And you can do that quickly and still not miss your duties. I'm sure when you're the head coach, there's really not that type of downtime.
Oh, he makes a duty. Pete Rose dies at the age of 83. So pretty much everybody who's got a microphone in front of their face or a camera in front of their face today has their thoughts on this. My thoughts have always been this, and you pretty much share my thoughts. It's not because we discussed it and came to some sort of conclusion. You and I just live on Crazy Island by ourselves.
We live somewhere. You're right. I don't know if it's crazy or not.
Here's my thing on Pete Rose. Terrific baseball player. I mean, obviously, he's the hit king for a reason. No one has more. But I've always said this. Pete Rose disgraced the game of baseball, and I believe that does not end because the man died.
No.
He disgraced the game of baseball. Now, before we get into, I heard Stephen A. saying, murderer, murderers get off easier. It's like, I hope.
What?
First of all, I hope not.
Do they?
What murderers are we talking about? And if we find convicted murderers in Cooperstown, let's get them out of there.
Yeah, I would agree with that, by the way. If that's the thing you're saying is going on, then let's not have those guys in the Hall of Fame.
We just throw these things out there because people have an attachment to Pete Rose. People love Pete Rose, and they want to see him in the Hall of Fame. I understand that, but I think that we're not looking at the big picture. I think most people are not. No one's talking about Pete Rose being in jail, although he did do that.
He did go to jail for tax evasion.
But, who among us?
Sure.
Who among us hasn't run afoul of Uncle Sam and we got to get thrown in the slammer? It happens to everybody.
Sure.
Who among us hasn't dibbled with a 15-year-old girl once in a while when we were 30-something years old?
Hang on. He said 16, and that was the age of consent at the time in Ohio back in the 70s. Also, when he's been asked about that in recent times, he said, that was 50 years ago. Who wants to talk about that? And it's like, well, you brought it up in a deposition when it came up that this all came up in another case against you by someone that you were suing over defamation. So, yeah, I mean, this was pertinent at the time people were asking you about it.
Pete Rose lied about gambling on baseball for 15 years. It wasn't until 2004 when there was money to be made from the truth that Pete Rose came out with the truth. And even then, do we know the whole truth? Probably not.
You never can know with Pete Rose because he's, again, part of his charm, and I've interviewed Pete Rose, part of his charm is that he can talk his way around and through and out of anything. And he can give you a story, a yarn, and by 5 minutes go by and you're like, what were we even talking about? He is a gifted storyteller when it comes to being an entertainer. Like his personality, if you take away all the other stuff you might know about him, he was an entertaining person. Clearly, as a ball player, one of the greatest to ever play the game. Some could argue the greatest to ever play the game. That's another debate. But that whole thing about him being able to spin a tale and kind of, that's not really what it was. That's what some people call his charm. That is also the thing that is, I don't know how you separate that from the man when you think about him. That's who he was.
95% of what comes out of his mouth or came out of his mouth was a lie. At first it was, I didn't bet on baseball. Then it was, maybe a little. But I only bet on my own team. First of all, no, you probably didn't. Okay, but let's say you did. As a player, if you bet on baseball, it's bad. You get suspended. Probably for a year or two, and you come back in shame, and that's the way it should be. As a manager, when you bet on baseball, the thing that I've heard from people throughout the years is, well, he bet on his own team. He's managing to win. What's the problem? That's not the way it works. You don't manage 162 games like it's the 7th game of the World Series. All right? You don't manage the first game of the series the same way you do the 4th game of a series. If Pete Rose put money on his boys to win game 1 of that series, and he's sweating this thing out, he's saying, man, I gotta win this game, or Uncle Mosley's going to put a severed horse head in my bed later. Sure. I better empty out my bullpen. I need to win at all costs. How does that set you up for the next day and the day after that and the day after that?
Well, go ahead.
It affects more than just that game, trying to win that game. To be a manager and bet on your team or against your team, whatever, it is unacceptable and should never be forgiven.
It compromises the integrity of the game. That's all you have to say. The second someone is saying, who is involved in the game, I've put a wager on the game, you are compromising the integrity of that game. And obviously, if it wasn't a big deal and it wasn't something that was going to tarnish his legacy, and he just bet on his own team, so what's the harm in that? All he wanted to do was win. He was just so competitive. Why'd he lie about it all these years? Answer, because he knew if you knew it, you'd think less of him. And that was always his number one goal, was not to have you think less of him. This has nothing to do with his ability as a player. If we are talking about who has the most hits in baseball history, there's no doubt who that is. It's him. If we're talking about who was one of the hardest hustlers ever to play the game on the field, on the base paths, one of the toughest guys we've ever seen in sports, sure, Pete Rose fits that bill too. That is what the Hall of Fame argument is about. I get it. But Major League Baseball and the Hall of Fame came to an agreement some years ago about whether or not they were going to agree on who got into the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame can easily tomorrow say, guess what, Major League Baseball? We understand you have a permanent ban, not a lifetime ban, a permanent ban. He is not, after death, now he's like eligible for the Hall of Fame. He's still banned, just like Shoeless Joe Jackson was with the Black Sox scandal from 1919 World Series? Is that when that was with the Sox? That's permanent, unless Major League Baseball changes their mind or the Hall of Fame says, we're not going to abide by what Major League Baseball says. Rob Manfred, by the way, sits on the board of the Hall of Fame. He can easily change this if he wants to, but that is on him. And that is going to be something that they'll have to decide based on if they think all these past sins are enough to just excuse away. But whether you agree with that or not, or whether you think he should be in the Hall of Fame or not, I didn't live through the Pete Rose era. I didn't watch Pete Rose play. I'm not old enough to have watched him play a significant amount of his career. So the memories I have of him are highlights. I do have a lot of memories of him lying to the media and being pretty much not a stand-up guy and a charmer. I get all that, but for me, I don't have the memories that I think a lot of people do, and that's why a lot of people gloss over the not good stuff with him. Is because they go, yeah, but I remember him as a kid and I liked him.
That's great.
That's fine.
By the way, it doesn't go away. There's no asterisk next to his hit total.
No, that's not ever going to be in question, nor should it be.
Everything he did is valid and stands in Major League Baseball history. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about celebrating a man in a museum that celebrates the game of baseball when he went out of his way to tarnish the game of baseball. That's where look, you could be the most passionate, intense lawyer in the world. All right. I want to win this case so badly. I'm just going to fib a little bit of evidence here because I know this guy's guilty.
Right.
All right. I know he's guilty. I'm going to suppress this little piece of evidence and nobody will know. And I'm going to win the case. All right. Maybe that guy doesn't go to jail, but he doesn't get a chance to practice law again. Right. If he's caught doing that. He's not being inducted into the Lawyering Hall of Fame if such a place exists.
Right.
All right. No one is saying that Pete Rose, as a man, every one of his accomplishments, they're all gone. What I'm saying is when you walk into a museum that celebrates the game that he actively tarnished, I don't want to see his bust staring at me.
Yeah, I get it. And by the way, Major League Baseball, if that is not a popularly held opinion, they are free to change their decision on that. They can change it anytime they want to. Don't hold your breath.
I don't know. I think most of the people that I see, baseball writers included, seem more open to this possibility.
That's fine. That all it takes is the biggest idiot in sports to change his mind, I guess. But
there's a lot of people
what I'm saying is they could have done that while he was alive. They didn't do it. Are they going to do it now after he's dead? I mean, I guess if you want to, you can, but I'll be surprised if they do.
I have some positive Browns news for you coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a couple-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. And watch out for an accident if you're on East William Street near East Central Avenue. And we've got police activity that's on the left shoulder of northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt at Hamilton Road that's causing some holdup. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil change-anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Rothman. If you're feeling at a loss for energy or just not upbeat like you used to be, it could be low testosterone. That's right, it affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But guys have different T levels, so don't go for a standard dosage plan. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. Do it now. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
What John Smiley, Chairman and CEO, wants you to know about First Bank of Central Ohio.
Our competitive advantage is the number of years we've been in Central Ohio and the fact that we're able to make decisions here locally that make sense for the client. At the end of the day, it's the ability for us to say, okay, what can we do to make your banking easier for you?
Experience what it's like to be first at fbcentralohio.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. And they don't use jingles or mascots either. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Hi, this is Tracy from Custom Air. Your comfort is our top priority at Custom Air, and that's why we trust Rheem, a top name in heating and cooling. Rheem provides the new degree of comfort, giving you peace of mind no matter the season. Whether it's the summer heat or winter chill, Rheem systems installed by Custom Air expert technicians have you covered. Ready to enhance your comfort? Visit CustomAirCo.com and let Custom Air make your home feel just right. Custom solutions, custom comfort, Custom Air.
There's nothing like having Common Man and T-Bone resting on your bosom.
Oh, for someone with no breasts, you've done very well for yourself.
Gross. Pick up the latest T-shirt in the fan store or pick up merch from a show you actually like. We even have Ohio State and jacket stuff. Head to 971thefan.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. Thanksgiving's coming up fast. So while you're counting your blessings, why not add a thankful 30 to the list? With Awaken 180 weight loss, you could drop 30 pounds by Thanksgiving, or even 40 if you get the same results I did. I dropped my first 30 pounds in just over a month, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. Imagine this. While everyone else is debating the play calling in the big games, you're sitting at the dinner table feeling lighter, more energetic, and thankful for the 30 pounds no longer holding you back. If I can drop 55 pounds with Awaken 180, I know you can hit the thankful 30 by Turkey Day. It's simple. It's laid out for you. And as you all know by now, it doesn't include a lifetime of medications. That's why I chose Awaken 180. Be thankful this year by dropping your 30 or more pounds. Head to awaken180weightloss.com and reserve your consultation today. It's fast, proven, and as you all know, the weight will stay off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Trust & Will knows that you're likely celebrating a loved one's birthday this month because fall is the most popular birthday season in America. And Trust & Will celebrates by protecting what matters most. Trust & Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, designed by attorneys but customized by you. Visit trustandwill.com with offer code Columbus for 10% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trust & Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Protect yourself, Ohio. Get your shots for COVID and flu today. A message from the Ohio Departments of Health and Aging.
Columbus, the wait is over. Blue Jackets hockey is back. Come feel the boom all season long. Be here Tuesday, October 15th for the home opener, presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets today at bluejackets.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Some fans drink the Kool-Aid. These guys drink the bleach. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Please subscribe to the podcast of this dumb show. It's available wherever you get your podcast. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends Care Heating and Cooling.
I got a tweet from Cucho Divot, who said, we're talking about Pete Rose, who obviously, if you didn't hear the news, passed away at the age of 83 yesterday. So, of course, part of the discussion there is legacy. Cucho Divot tweets us and says, let's pretend Pete Rose only bet on his own team to win. Did he place a win bet every game? If he didn't, he was basically betting against his own team for those games. I think that's a great point. Every time he didn't bet on his team, why was that? Because he either thought and knew something about the game where he said, we're not going to win this one, or he just knew I can't do everything I have to win this particular game. I don't trust the outcome here.
That's a good observation.
Calls into question the nature of every game he managed. That is the whole point of why he got banned. That's why the rule exists, not to bet on baseball. For your team, against your team. I've seen people who justify it by saying, you bet on his team, though, to win. Isn't that what you want?
No,
not that compromises the game. I don't even know how
I just said this last segment, and I don't know why it's tough for people to grasp. You don't manage 162 games like you're managing the 7th game of the World Series, and there's no tomorrow. When there's no tomorrow, you empty out that bullpen.
Right.
You tell guys to go a bit longer than they normally would go, because there's no risk of burning them out for the rest of the week or impacting next week's rotation. But when you have lots of money on a baseball game that you have told bookies that your team is going to win, all of a sudden you do manage a random Tuesday game in August like it's the 7th game of the World Series. How does that set you up for the rest of the week?
Honestly, I think it's less egregious if you're a player and you bet against your team because you're one guy. I guess if you're the pitcher, it's more of an impactful thing. But if you're like in the 8th spot and you were like, oh, I swung and missed on every pitch, great. You were hitting 212 as it is. I don't know that affected the outcome of the game that much. You can't keep your other teammates from doing whatever they're going to do. When you're the manager of the team, you can absolutely go into the game going, hey, you know what? I think you need a rest day today. What are you talking about? I feel great, Skip. No, you're going to sit down. I'm going to put this kid up here. He needs to get some ABs. Like, you can do stuff to affect the actual game itself by managing your roster differently. Remember the guy from, was that Alabama's baseball coach last year? Remember when was it LSU or Alabama? It was one of the SEC schools down there who knew that he wasn't going to pitch one of his guys. He had an injury. And so he texted a buddy who went to the casinos up here somewhere in Cincinnati.
I think it was at the ballpark.
Yeah, he was at the ballpark.
Great American Ballpark. They had a sports betting window there.
Which is ironic. But that text message came from the manager saying, hey, my guy's not going to go today, and then told his friend to go place all these bets. And of course, that guy got caught. It was a big scandal that coach has been fired. Why is that a big deal? The answer is because he didn't necessarily say, I'm going to throw the game. He just knew some inside information. You don't think Pete ever had inside information, looked at something?
Of course he did.
Right. The whole point of this is that it was all called into question.
He was the manager. It's bad enough if a player does it.
Right.
We've seen it now that betting has been legal. We've seen players caught, right? And they get harsh suspensions depending on the sport. Most of the time, they're brought back after a period of time because you're a player and you're betting on baseball. Now, there is a difference between betting on baseball and throwing a game.
Absolutely.
Which is what we're talking about with Joe Jackson in 1919. If Joe Jackson and the White Sox were in cahoots with the mob to throw the World Series, that is not the same thing as I have a fantasy football league.
Right, sure. I understand there's levels to it all, but at the same point, the idea that Pete Rose today, what I'm telling you is this. If you know all those facts and you say, yeah, well, I just don't care, then at least you're being intellectually honest. What I can't stand is the people who know all this stuff, especially the people in the media who are like, yes, but I like the stories. I like what Pete Rose, I've hung out with Pete Rose. I've met Pete Rose. I got to talk with him. He was super nice to me. So I'm going to pull my punches on what I think of the guy. I've talked to Pete Rose. He was extraordinarily generous to me when I interviewed him. I got some tremendous stuff in the interview that I did with him many years ago. As much as I'd like to say, boy, and that changes my opinion on him, I have to be honest with you and say, yes, while that was nice, I couldn't in good conscience put this guy in the Hall of Fame. I think personally, whether this matters or not for the Hall of Fame, this is just me telling you, I think he's a scumbag, and I don't trust anything he says or said at the time.
He did try and punch Rimmer in the face.
Well, we know that story.
He had that right, at least.
We're going to, trust me, if you want to hear some positive Pete Rose talk, you will hear it tomorrow.
Rimmer was buddies with Pete until they weren't. But I think later in life, then they got together again. So I think they just saw each other last year when they were in Vegas.
Oh,
right?
Really? Yeah, I think you're right.
Because Jody Shelley wanted to go meet him.
Yeah, he wanted to meet Pete Rose.
Yeah. All right,
tomorrow. I understand the aura, all that. I understand if you're a Reds fan, you have memories of that. I totally get it.
He's in the Reds Hall of Fame.
He's in the WWE Hall of Fame,
He's in the Reds
too.
Hall of Fame. The stats don't go anywhere.
No.
The career was there. All right. I don't think it's appropriate to put a man like that into the Hall of Fame. If you disagree. Fine. But I'm the one with the microphone in front of my face here. Trust me, there's plenty of people on TV who disagree with me today.
Well, and honestly, I mean, all the coverage today has just been fawning over how great he was. And again, he was a great ball player. Great as a person, different thing. And again, that's not why you put you in the Hall of Fame. If only there wasn't a scandal that involved him cheating on the game of baseball. Other than that, you're right. We should just move along.
I have some positive Browns news for you.
Oh, there's no such thing.
No, this is positive.
Okay.
All right, now your team is bad.
Yes.
It's more than just a number 4 problem. But Nick Chubb is expected to practice tomorrow.
You know what? I stand corrected.
That's good news.
That is positive news.
Yes.
That he is healthy enough. That's the only thing I've really got to look forward to this season is seeing Nick Chubb get back healthy on the field.
Until
he gets destroyed in a game and is right back on the sideline. But hey, you know what? I can look forward to that at least.
I do want to honor Pete Rose's memory with some pieces of audio that we would play on occasion. Here is Pete doing a local furniture commercial.
Susanna, Kiana, I need some new furniture.
Pete, I really like this Lane sofa.
I really like this Lane sofa.
I really love this Paula Deen kitchen table.
I really love this Amish kitchen table.
I just have to have this Paula Deen bedroom set.
But Kiana, I just have to get this Paula Deen bedroom set.
Pete, I've been trying to tell you and Kiana that my business furniture has the lowest prices in Cincinnati with savings up to 70% off.
Wow, we'll take it all.
Wow. The Paula Deen bedroom set just yells the N-word at you when you come to bed. Get in bed, N-word.
That did not age well. The Paula Deen. Well, then again, I stand corrected. I was
Lots of things didn't age
I was
well.
down south a few years ago, and Paula Deen still has her restaurants
That's
going.
all right.
Last I checked. So
Pete Rose had a reality show on TLC. Did you know that?
If I did, I've forgotten about it.
You know him and Yum Yum. They had the show. Oh, actually, you know what? This is a fake bit that we did.
Oh, well,
I thought that was a real thing.
That's too bad.
I had to listen to that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. But I'm sure we're going to get kicked off YouTube now because 2 chords of Beck played. How dare you?
How dare you take that out of context?
Inside the NFL, all the news and notes you need coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 670 after 71, and you're going to hit a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side from 670 to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
After 31 years in Washington, just how much has Sherrod Brown changed? When he first wanted our vote, he said this.
My allegiance will be to Ohio and to the communities in Ohio.
To Ohio? Sherrod Brown voted for amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. And he voted to give them taxpayer-funded benefits, like free health care to illegals who get amnesty, Social Security checks, COVID relief checks, all to be paid for by you. And Sherrod Brown's open border policies have led to more fentanyl, dangerous gangs, even terrorists pouring into our country. So when Sherrod Brown says this,
my allegiance will be to Ohio and to the communities in Ohio.
Don't listen to what Sherrod Brown says. Watch what he does. Because Sherrod Brown doesn't vote for Ohio anymore. He's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every single night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I get it. But there are alternatives to the CPAP machine, and Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and stops your snoring. What a concept. It's quick, comfortable, and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and he has a track record to prove it. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. And as the end of the year approaches, a lot of people have exceeded their medical deductibles, which means less out of pocket for you. Don't delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Or you can visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 2 trips to a Buckeye postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Barely famous, incredibly stupid. Back to Man and Bone.
This Stupid Show brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. Inside the NFL, all the news and notes you need coming up in mere moments. Rapid fire in the 4 o'clock hour. What is the game? We have game show at 5:34. What's the game today, Bono?
This week we're doing Southern Fried Trivia. So I have some trivia about the South coming up at 5:34.
Jackets lost to the Capitals last night. They are in St. Louis tonight. We are, 1 week? Bare Naked Ladies?
It's been 1 week, yeah.
No, I think it's 1 week till the season starts, correct?
I believe you're right. They start on Tuesday away. No, I don't know if they're away or home. I forget. But they start Tuesday.
When is it, Teddy? I'm confused. When's the start of the season?
It's they start on Thursday. They're at Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Next Thursday.
Yes.
All right. So that's
a week
where
from
I'm wrong.
Thursday.
All right. My bad.
All right. So it's not 1 week.
No, their first home game's 2 weeks away.
It's been 2 weeks.
You nailed it.
Sorry. Inside the NFL.
Common Man and T-Bone's Inside the NFL.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Bone.
Well, man, the Raiders flying high after getting a victory over the Cleveland Browns. They are 2-2 on the season. However, despite that, they know the offense has not been great. They apparently are, not satisfied with that. They are aware that perhaps there may be some interest in getting Devontae Adams out of there and getting something in return for him, getting lots of things in return for them.
You know who else has interest in that?
Who's that?
Devontae Adams.
Yes, exactly right. He said about the speculation, though, that it's annoying. He doesn't enjoy that. However, the reality is with the Raiders at 2-2, I don't think most people believe they are for real just because
they're garbage. Come on.
So even though they beat the Browns, they're still entertaining offers and actively gauging interest on what they could get for Devontae Adams. And I think that's a smart move by them because they have to know they're not doing anything worth note this year, of note. So, yeah, they're trying to see if they can move him. We'll find out if they do. But clearly you would think he wants to get out of there. He just probably doesn't want the speculation about his career every other week. And I'm sure the Raiders would like to actually get something to try to build with over these next few years. Meanwhile, some updates on Rashee Rice, Chiefs wide receiver, who, of course, it initially was thought he tore his ACL during their game when he ran into Pat Mahomes. However, according to ESPN just a few hours ago, they said there remains some uncertainty about the extent of the injury. More tests are required. He was ruled questionable to return initially when he got the look in the locker room, but then got downgraded at the end of the first quarter. And then they said it's not good, and then there was all this speculation that he was going to have the torn ACL.
Did he not get an MRI or an X-ray that shows you if the ligament is torn or not?
I'm telling you, 4 hours ago, ESPN said more testing required is what they've been told by sources around this situation. So I'm with you. I would think it would be pretty cut and dry if you had an ACL tear that it's actually torn. Perhaps there's some hope that that won't be the case. I don't know. Or that it's not severe enough that he's got to be out the whole year and have the surgery.
All right.
Either way, stay tuned to that one. Justin Fields, meanwhile, remains the starter for the Steelers as of right now. They are 3-1 with him at the helm. But Mike Tomlin says he's not ready to name a quarterback one, as he's been doing with this whole situation. Russell Wilson this week is expected to ramp up his recovery after dealing with a calf injury. So he is expected to take more snaps, be more involved in practice, those kind of things. So the expectation still is that Justin Fields going to be the starter because he'll be the one who's healthy when they go up against the Cowboys this weekend. However, if Russell Wilson starts to add more of a workload, be ready for there to be some discussion at some point.
There is no reason for Russell Wilson to be the quarterback of this team if he can't have a full week of practice.
Sure.
I mean, you can make the case that there's no reason anyway, but from a health standpoint, if he's not there for an entire week of practice, it's a non-starter. Justin Fields is my quarterback.
Absolutely right. A team that probably could have made a lot of sense if they would have thought to get a backup as capable of someone like Justin Fields, that would be the Miami Dolphins, who, of course, are now 1-3. They got blown out last night by the Titans.
I mean, they had Skylar White, but she took a shot to the boobs.
It's not Skylar White. Skylar Thompson. They had Tim Boyle.
Oh,
Let's not forget Tim Boyle. Yeah. One of the great actors of our time.
Where's David Blau?
And Tyler Huntley is who they ended up playing last night. You remember Tyler Huntley was with the Browns, got dropped or traded, I forget which. Either way, ended up over there. He got there like 2 weeks ago, and now he's starting for them. And obviously, the offense not going well. Mike McDaniel yesterday after the game said everything's on the table as far as how they can try to fix the offense. He said you can't argue the offense is good. To me, in a situation like this, I really haven't been in one where you haven't had the production consecutively like this. So you have to be open in your mind to all things. I'm sure Dolphins fans would have liked it if their front office had been a little more open to having a better backup plan for a guy who was one concussion away from possibly having to retire coming into this season than Tim Boyle, Skylar Thompson, and to be named later quarterback. You would think they would have tried to do better than that, but they didn't, and now they're here.
Now the best case scenario for your team, according to some people, is to call up a 47-year-old man and beg him to come play for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Tom Brady's come. Okay.
Right.
Oh, look, Tom Brady has done a lot, and he's the GOAT, and he performed at a high level at an advanced age when everybody thought he was done. But if you think Tom Brady, I don't care what type of shape he keeps himself in, can walk on that football field at 47 after not playing for a year and a half and take over the Dolphins, you're out of your damn mind.
Mike, you know what? I really don't like that take because it is neglecting one very important piece of information.
What?
What is this going to do for Greg Olsen? You're not even thinking about it. You're not even thinking about Greg Olsen here. It will let him be the number one guy again. He'll be back.
We should be thinking about that for everything. We should actually let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame because somehow it benefits Greg Olsen. It has to.
I don't know if he's a Pete Rose guy or not. Yeah.
We're done.
Okay, great. I had one more thing, but who cares?
Is it entertaining?
No.
Okay. Lonzo Ball says he hopes to play in the Bulls opener. They had their media day yesterday. He has not played in 2.5 years after suffering a knee injury that was supposed to keep him out a month.
Right. This has been one of the weirder stories that if you're not a Bulls fan and if you're not an NBA, like hardcore NBA fan, this has probably flown under your radar. It is one of the most bizarre stories I've ever seen, where he's just kind of been randomly out for 2.5 years after a knee injury that was almost an afterthought. Like, oh, guys have this all the time.
Yeah, he'll be out for a couple weeks.
You get your knee scoped, you come back, you're out 6 weeks or whatever, max, and then you're back. Nope, not for him.
So he says he's hoping to play opening night, says he's going to be a different player when he does play. His knee is completely bionic and new.
Okay.
And he may not be as athletic as he was. That's all things you love to hear. But he says, I'm still a good basketball player and I could do it. That remains to be seen. But 2.5 years he has not played.
Crazy.
Let him live. Ryan Day with his presser today. You will hear from the coach coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 5-minute slowdown if you're traveling northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. And watch out for an accident that's causing some delay on East William Street near East Central Avenue. This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get their home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get their team's expertise anytime. Download the Lowe's app to find what you need today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, here are a few statistics about erectile dysfunction. First, half of men over age 50 have it, with even more of us affected as we get into our 60s and beyond. ED can also impact younger men, even in their 30s, which makes it one of the most pervasive conditions in medicine. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and statistics are one thing, but it's the emotional toll on relationships and the impact on a man's confidence and self-esteem that are the true tragedies of erectile dysfunction. This is why you need to get treated for your ED, but where you get treated is just as important as getting treated, because who you trust for your health care is critical. At Tri-State Men's Health, men's sexual health is our focus. Our providers are experts in treating ED, and we offer the complete range of treatment options with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means you can get your sex life back. So call us. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward here. Thanksgiving is coming fast, and with Awaken 180, why not bring Thankful 30 to the dinner table this year? You, thankful for dropping 30 or more pounds by Turkey Day. I dropped my first 30 in just over a month. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Real people in Ohio are learning more and more about the real Sherrod Brown.
I thought I knew Sherrod Brown, but I didn't know his voting record.
Sherrod voted to let transgender biological men compete in women's sports? What?
And Brown would allow puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for young kids.
For kids? Under Sherrod Brown's spending and inflation, everything is more expensive. Groceries, gas, housing, even electricity. Sherrod sure had me fooled.
He votes a lot differently in D.C. than he talks here.
Washington has clearly changed Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod's not the guy we supported years ago.
Not at all.
And what Sherrod Brown's voting for, it's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown let us down.
Sherrod's changed. That's why we need to change senators.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. The fall deals at Germain Honda of Dublin are beautiful. The 24 Civic LX, only $249 a month for 36 months. The 24 Accord LX, only $279 a month for 36 months. With 10,000 miles a year on the lease, $34.99 cash cap reduction, payments plus tax, tag, and document fee, and away you go. How about 0.9% up to 36 months on the 24 Prologue, the first all-electric SUV from Honda. For the best deal in town, Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Get Nature Stone and never replace your flooring again. Nature Stone is a beautiful permanent flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Act now to get pricing as low as 99 cents a square foot plus installation. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Baseball's postseason underway. American League wildcard, fifth inning in Houston. Detroit leads the Astros 3-0 later. Just getting started soon, as a matter of fact. It'll be Kansas City at Baltimore. Then it's the New York Mets at Milwaukee and Atlanta at San Diego. Ohio State coach Ryan Day with his weekly press conference today as his club gets ready to host Iowa Saturday. Right now, Ryan Day says his team is playing very unselfishly.
That's it. It's the effort. It's the hard work. It's the dirty work. It's all that stuff, and that's a sign of a good team and a team that's playing hard and playing physical, and the effort plays, and we're going to need them this Saturday. And that's being unselfish. Why are you playing so hard for your teammates?
Blue Jackets continue.
We've got to keep building on that, and that's going to be a huge part of our identity this season. Has been so far.
Excuse me. Blue Jackets playing at St. Louis tonight. You can catch that here on The Fan. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news here on The Fan.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. 3 hours a day, every single day. Do it!
We're having fun in here, guys.
Hey, Teddy.
It's a good time in here.
I just reset this dad, and it's still not working properly.
Yeah.
Will you please alert someone with a wild man beard? Thank you.
All right, T-Guy Greg is probably the one he's referring to. Teddy, you're going to have to play these for us because we can't play stuff off of this thing.
Ryan Day with his presser today. Are there cuts you want to play, Ted? Please say yes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a dozen cuts in here. Yes.
Well, what strikes your fancy?
I haven't even
Let me
looked
tell you,
at them.
Ted just found out when I said that, Ted, you're going to have to play these for us. That's when Ted started looking at these because he's been busy doing other things. So that's how.
All right.
Usually we look at the sound and play it in here, but the sound isn't in here for some reason because technical difficulties.
I like the sound of this one. It says Ryan Day makes Iowa sound like Alabama.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I mean, let's hear this.
This is a very good team. They play physical. You guys know who they are. They have not changed your identity in a long time, and they have very, very good coaches and physical players, a veteran team. We're going to get challenged in a lot of areas, and this is challenging our whole building. They're going to be coming hard. They're physical. They're well coached. They're fundamental, and they have an identity. So it's going to start here on the practice field. We've got to have a great practice today.
Well, I mean, what's he going to say?
Mm-hmm. No, but I like how he kind of said, he didn't say this, but he said, they haven't changed their identity in forever. That's a nice little way of saying, hey, Kirk Ferentz, you know what you're getting. That's the team. They don't do anything different. You know exactly what they're going to do. He's going to find someone who's going to run his offense, hopefully one of his relatives, and they're going to have a kind of pathetic offense and a tremendous defense. That's usually how it goes for them.
That was a great one, Ted.
That was. I think that's one of the best ones we've played.
What's next?
Good job, Ted.
How about Iowa's defense? They are timeless. Check this out. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, what year you watch them. It's, the same guys inside. They're just, they play with great technique. They're well coached. They understand how they fit into the defense. Their pad level's low. Their hands are low. They play physical. Like you said, they run to the football. Coach Parker does a great job in making sure they understand how they're being attacked. You just look year after year. It's similar in terms of the statistics and the production. And they know what they're recruiting there, and they do a great job. So it's a real challenge for our offense this week, and we got to have a great week of practice.
You're playing a team that runs the Princeton offense, essentially, is what Ryan Day is saying.
Yeah, more or less. I think that's a fair way to put it. I mean, it's not quite as unique as that in the sense of, like, when you play one of the, what is it, Army, Navy, whoever. Navy usually runs like
the triple option.
Right. It's not that.
No,
weird,
it's not that.
He's saying it's very back to basics kind of stuff, and they're going to do all the basics right.
Ironically,
you have to be better than them.
What he is saying is what frustrates a lot of the Iowa fans that don't drink the Kirk Ferentz Kool-Aid every single year.
Right.
And that is, he just goes out and does the same thing and recruits the same player, never changes, and that's why Iowa is not consistently competing for anything.
Well, but you know what? You can say this about Kirk Ferentz. He actually gets pretty decent recruits. If you go look at the NFL talent that they've put into the league over the last 15, 20 years, it's up there with anybody in the Big Ten outside of Ohio State and Michigan. He's right there after that. And yet, you constantly have this team that's probably going to lose at least 3 games, if not more, because that's also the limitations of his coaching style. He is not going to get the most out of those NFL players. He is going to have them do the same basic crap that he always has them do.
And he can't figure out offense.
There's not a lot. Yeah, and he refuses to progress into like a modern offense for whatever reason. So, yeah, he gets some talented guys, but this is what they play like. And again, I'm saying all this knowing full well they've beaten the Buckeyes. They're going to be a tough out in this game. I'm not in any way suggesting Iowa sucks. I am saying that Kirk Ferentz is a limited head coach. And whether Ryan Day is willing to say that or not, that's what I'm telling you is that he is, and that costs his team quite a bit.
Just 1 loss this season, Bone.
That's fine.
And it was a 1-point loss to Iowa State, a game that they probably should have won.
Well, there you go.
Didn't. They beat Illinois State 40-0 week 1. Then Iowa State lost. Beat Troy 38-21. Beat Minnesota on the road 31-14. Now, that's a Minnesota team that went to Ann Arbor and played them pretty tough.
And that's a decent, output of points. I mean, I can't say that I watched that game and tell you that was all their offense or they were just throwing the ball around, but I hate to say it.
What's Cade McNamara doing?
You know what he's doing? He's the only guy in the Big Ten at quarterback who has a win over Ohio State under his belt. Only active quarterback in the Big Ten right now that has one of those that he can talk about.
We got some crappy quarterback play in the Big Ten right now.
That's what he can hold. He can hang his hat on that. I'm sure he's going to have those guys fired up and say, hey, I beat the Buckeyes before. I know what this is like. We can do this.
I just clicked on the box score for the Iowa-Minnesota game because they were on the bye this past week, right?
Okay.
So Minnesota was the last game that they played. Cade McNamara, in a 31-14 victory, was 11 for 19 for 62 yards. Now, he had a running back in Caleb Johnson who ran for 206.
That'll get the job
and 3
done.
touchdowns.
That's good.
Pretty good there, but my God.
Did you say he completed over 10? It was 11 passes?
11 for 19
for
62 yards.
And didn't crack 100 yards?
No.
That
didn't crack 70 yards.
That seems difficult to do. I got to be honest, to throw 11 passes and not get over 100 yards.
Welcome to modern football offense.
Yeah, but again, I don't know if it's that or if it's just Kirk Ferentz is like, I literally have no other ideas and we don't have any other plays and this is what we do. I don't want to throw the ball down the field.
Here's the numbers, Cade McNamara. So Illinois State is an FCS school. 21 of 31, 251, 3 touchdowns. Good.
Yes.
Loss to Iowa State. 13 of 29 for 99 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks.
Okay.
Bad. Home against Troy. Victory. 19 of 23 for 176 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Fine. And then Minnesota, 11 of 19, 62 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. So here's what you should be doing. All right. We saw it in that first half against Michigan State. For some reason, the Buckeye corners were giving like 15 yards of cushion to the wide receivers because they were scared of something. I don't know. You should be putting everybody at the line of scrimmage to stop the run against Iowa. And if Cade McNamara beats you down the field, then so be it. Make him do it.
Yeah. Well, and you got to watch out is Luke Lachey, right? Jim's son is playing for this team.
That's right.
I can't imagine how that feels for Jim, because I'm sure he's very proud. I'm sure obviously he wants to see his son do well. I wonder, again, I should have asked him yesterday. We saw him. I didn't think to ask him about it. Also, I didn't want to I always feel weird asking questions like that. I don't know.
It's nice to ask about his kid.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he's proud of him, right? But he's going to be in the booth calling this game, doing his job. While as a parent, I know just watching my kids on the sidelines for youth soccer, I get like fully invested. I can't imagine what it's like when you're watching them play in the shoe. You're watching your son come in here and play where you used to play. I mean, that's quite an honor. It's quite a thing.
Luke Lachey on the season, 12 catches, 97 yards.
Yeah.
Which in this Iowa offense is all world.
He's probably their number one receiver right there.
6'6", 247.
Let him live.
He's bigger than 247, too.
Oh, I'm
big
sure.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, breaking news, Dad, big.
I don't know if you've met Dad. Yeah, big dude.
Remember the first time I met Jim Lachey and he shook my hand, it was like the entire world just engulfed my hand.
It
ate it for lunch.
It's a very weird feeling shaking the hands of former linemen, but former pro athletes in general. They're just bigger. Well, he's a solidly built dude.
Right, but I'm just saying, you shake Laurinaitis' hand.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It's a hand. Even Bobby's hand.
Yeah,
it's a hand.
Yeah.
Lachey's hand is 3 regular people's hands.
I can't imagine getting smacked in the head with that. Because offensive linemen, obviously, they're not supposed to hit hands to the head. But back when he played, you could do a lot more. Can you imagine having both those things with him in his prime? Like all the sinewy muscle, all that stuff behind it, and then he just takes one of those paws and smacks your ear hole with it. I'd be in the hospital.
What was it, Teddy? Was it Deacon Jones that used to tape a piece of metal into the palm of his hand?
Did he really?
And then he would smack guys in the ear hole.
Oh, wow.
And the vibration of the metal would obviously wreak havoc on your vertigo.
Oh, yeah. It probably just made you feel awful. I don't know if it's
what am
vertigo.
I looking for?
Equilibrium?
Equilibrium.
Oh,
maybe that's it.
Yeah, you get
vertigo. You can get it.
Makes you dizzy.
Yeah.
I got vertigo. Remember that? Remember when Hooley had vertigo?
No. It's a good band name. Hooley had vertigo. I'd go see them tomorrow. Are you guys going to go see a Furnace Fest? I'm going to go to see Hooley has vertigo.
Any more, Ted, or is that it?
How about this one? We talk about these sites that do stats on players and everything, grade them, like Pro Football Focus.
Yeah.
Apparently somebody asked him about that to ask him if it's accurate or not.
Okay.
Want to check that? Yeah. Thought that might be interesting. Here we go.
I think it all comes down to, who's actually doing the grading, and if it's accurate, great. But I think it's hard sometimes for them to know exactly what their job responsibility was. That being said, I think generally it's in the ballpark, but I don't know if, somebody who doesn't really know what's expected on a certain play is going to give the same grade as a position coach who knows exactly what's going on.
That's
makes sense.
Interesting. Makes sense. You're just judging the result, but how do you know what we asked them to do?
Oh, I think about stuff like that when people talk about, this guy wasn't given effort. Look at that, where he just, ran this route and he didn't look like he was really running it the way he should have or whatever. It's like, well, again, I don't know what they're asking these guys to do. If the idea was he's supposed to block somebody and then literally there's no one there to block, it's like, what do you want him to do? Go run a route that he wasn't even told to run? I don't know, right? I'm not trying to make excuses for people, but I'm saying that makes sense to me that Ryan Day would say, yeah, not always the most accurate.
One of my all-time favorite names could be coming to an NFL roster near you. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to run into a slowdown due to an accident that's on eastbound 270's off-ramp to 23, and that's on the south outer belt. And you can also expect a delay due to an accident that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side at Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. Where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
After 31 years in Washington, just how much has Sherrod Brown changed? When he first wanted our vote, he said this.
My allegiance will be to Ohio and to the communities in Ohio.
To Ohio? Sherrod Brown voted for amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants. And he voted to give them taxpayer-funded benefits, like free health care to illegals who get amnesty, Social Security checks, COVID relief checks, all to be paid for by you. And Sherrod Brown's open border policies have led to more fentanyl, dangerous gangs, even terrorists pouring into our country. So when Sherrod Brown says this,
my allegiance will be to Ohio and to the communities in Ohio.
Don't listen to what Sherrod Brown says. Watch what he does. Because Sherrod Brown doesn't vote for Ohio anymore. He's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Remember how that little girl in Poltergeist was in the TV?
They're here.
Yeah? Well, she's actually dead now. It's quite sad. Anyway, watch your favorite fan shows on your TV by subscribing to us on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan. Do it now.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Having health insurance is important. So, if you or anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check your mail for a renewal form from your state. Complete the form and mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose Medicaid or CHIP, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Keep your family covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Longing for thick, healthy, gorgeous hair? Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with hair volume from New Nordic.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around, a couple of scattered showers, and perhaps a rumble of thunder later this Tuesday evening. Otherwise dry with temperatures in mid to upper 70s. Overnight, it will be breezy and cool and dry by Wednesday morning, down to the low 50s. And after a cool start, a cool finish, but with plenty of sunshine by Wednesday afternoon with highs in the low 70s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
And from every dime a dog night in the Midwest,
because he's fat.
Here's Man and Bone.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Maybe you're saying, Common Man, you keep talking about like low T, but I don't know if I have low T. Well, good news. Go to the website, tristatemenshealth.com. Is that what it is?
I think you're right.
I do this every single day. Yes, tristatemenshealth.com. And they will have a quiz, a low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz with yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes. For example, so, hey, are you feeling fatigued? Sure, you may have low T. Do you have a decrease in your libido? You may have low T. Are you foaming at the mouth? You may have rabies. Oh. Not low T. And they can't help the rabies, but they can help the testosterone. Don't suffer in silence with rabies or low T. Go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Call them today, 800-900-9654, or visit tristatemenshealth.com. Promo code RABIES Promo code rabies. One of my all-time favorite names could be coming back to an NFL roster. So the Giants think they have a bad quarterback in Daniel Jones because they do.
Mm-hmm.
He's only good against the Browns. No one else.
I don't even know if he was that good in that game, but certainly the Browns made him look better than he should have.
Right. So they're working out quarterbacks this week. One of the quarterbacks they are working out, former Iowa quarterback, Hall of Fame name, C.J. Beathard.
C.J. Beathard.
Or C.J. Beathard.
Your guy.
I hope he gets the job, and I hope he starts for the Giants.
There you go.
I'd love to see. Who was the guy who started for them a couple years ago, and he had like a game?
Which guy?
Was like Johnny Knuckles. Like, what was his name?
It was Tommy. Was it
Tommy DeVito? Is that what
right?
it was?
Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
I thought he was. Is he not still there? Did he get injured? What happened to him?
I don't know. They're bringing in Beathard.
I thought he was still around. Yeah, but they probably know. He's not the guy.
Bone, I don't know if I want my owner to be like this or I don't want my owner to be like this.
Okay.
So the Diamondbacks missed out on the playoffs because of the whole doubleheader fiasco yesterday between the Braves and the Mets. Their owner is Ken Kendrick. He was talking to Arizona Sports.
By the way, I just need to know, why does someone name their kid that?
Ken Kendrick.
Our last name's Kendrick. What should we name the kid? Jeff? Chris? No, let's go with Ken.
Well,
that
whatever, man. He's got billions of dollars. You can name me Ken Kendrick, too.
You're fine. That's right.
Anyway, he was asked, I guess, like, who's to blame for this team not making the playoffs after they went to the World Series last year? He specifically was talking about Jordan Montgomery. Now, Jordan Montgomery was a starting pitcher last year who helped the Rangers win the World Series. He signed a one-year, $25 million deal with the Diamondbacks in March.
All right.
Like in spring training, right before the season started, March, he signed. And he was bad this year. He was 8-7 with a 6.23. 6.23. Here is what Ken Kendrick had to say about Jordan Montgomery. If anyone wants to blame anyone for Jordan Montgomery being a Diamondback, you're talking to the guy that should be blamed. Because I brought it to their attention. I pushed for it. They agreed to it. It wasn't in our game plan. You know, when he was signed right at the end of spring training, looking back in hindsight, a horrible decision to invest that money in a guy who performed as poorly as he did. It's our biggest mistake this season from a talent standpoint, and I'm the perpetrator of that.
You know what? I think maybe you could make the case. Don't go out there and, hey, guy got $25 million. You're going to throw him under the bus if you want to. That's fine.
Throw me under the bus for $25 million, Ken Kendrick.
Right. But at least the owner is stepping up and saying, yeah, I'm the one who stepped in and said, I want this guy. They listened to me because I'm the owner.
It's not my baseball people.
Right. Don't blame them. Blame me for that. I made a mistake there. And you know what? You're talking about missing the playoffs literally in a situation where you had a three-way tie and you just lost tiebreakers. A few games one way or the other would have swung the season for you, so you're in the playoffs. So I understand why he feels that, like, yes, a decision like that probably cost you a few games, and that could be the difference in them being in the playoffs right now.
We talked about Jared Goff last night. He was perfect on the evening. 18 for 18. Obviously, no incompletions, no sacks, threw touchdowns. Caught a touchdown.
I mean, there's one sack involved. When you're perfect, you're throwing nails like that, there's a sack involved. Just saying.
We said that his quarterback rating was not perfect for some reason. Somebody had overlooked something, or your metric is flawed. You know who else overlooked something last night?
Who's that?
His head coach, Dan Campbell. So he's in the locker room after the game. They won on Monday Night Football, beat the Seahawks 42-29. You got a quarterback who is absolutely perfect. Nothing to say about his performance. The offense was going up and down the field the entire game, and he gave the game ball to someone else.
Right.
And then he said afterwards, I forgot. Oh, I overlooked him. I'm sorry.
He said he didn't even know. Because they brought him. He's like, I wish I would have known that. I gave the game ball to somebody else.
He gave it to Jamison Williams.
Which, that's fine. But you know what else? I mean, hey, I would think you get it for being a quarterback who caught a touchdown pass. I would think that would get you a game ball, would it not? Even if you didn't go perfect. But, I mean, they played pretty well. He had a great game. I can understand if Dan Campbell in the moment wasn't realizing that he had not missed a throw all night long. But that is a pretty historic accomplishment. You would think that would garner something. Maybe they can give him something a little more than a game ball for that. I don't know what it would be, but you got to do something for him.
So before the season, we were talking about who can make the Super Bowl. And it's a pretty short list of teams that we think can realistically make the Super Bowl, but crazier things have happened. But the 49ers were definitely on that list.
Yeah.
Right? And for some people, they still are. But they've had some injuries, and Christian McCaffrey has tendinitis in his Achilles. When we heard last week, he was going to go to Germany to meet with some sort of tendinitis Achilles specialist, which is never a good sign.
That doesn't sound like it's going in the direction you want it to be, where it's like, it's getting a lot better. He'll be back soon. If you're going to see a specialist in another country, that seems like it's not going well.
But then Kyle Shanahan, his head coach, just sort of dropped this little nugget yesterday. It's, oh, yes, he has Achilles tendinitis in both legs.
Well, what happens? When you get one leg hurting, what do you naturally do? Our bodies just take over.
Yeah.
Right, and now that leg is hurting because you're overworking it when it didn't need to be overstressed. Now you got to sit down. Great. Good job, everybody. So that seems like a bad idea.
What's the status on him? Who the hell knows? But if he's not Christian McCaffrey, then that team's not a Super Bowl team. I don't think so.
No, he's one of the reasons why they got there. He is that level of good. I mean, that's a terrible story for them. And I would think if you're a Niners fan, you're panicking going, wait a second. I thought this was like a minor calf issue. And now we're talking it's Achilles tendonitis in both Achilles. And the only way to cure that, from everything I've understood about that, is you rest. Like you don't want to risk something where you stress that out further and suddenly it becomes a tear and then you tear your Achilles and then you're out for way longer than a season. That's no good.
Bone, we have postseason baseball today. Going on right now, Tigers and Astros game 1. Tigers are up 3-0 on the Astros. What is that, top 7?
I believe that's
top 7 in Houston. I am just amazed at the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
They've had the best record in baseball since like August 10th or whatever it is. But if you look at their roster, there's nobody on it where you would say, oh my God, that guy, you can't pitch to him. It's a team of nobodies.
They don't have a guy hitting over 270. I don't think on the entire roster.
What was the stat you said yesterday, Teddy? They didn't have a guy with over 75 ribbies on the season?
Yeah, or 25 home runs or stolen bases. They've done nothing except win.
I'd like to say this is not sustainable, but they're up in this game, and we just saw a team, the Diamondbacks, last season go to the World Series that had a roster similar to this.
Well, am I wrong? Whoever wins this series is who the Guardians will face when get going this weekend. So, I mean, I don't know. If I'm a Guardians fan, I'm rooting for the Tigers here, right? You want the Tigers to get this done because I think they're not the...
Oh, yeah. I don't want to face the Astros.
Right. And I would think that's... Now, say that. It still manages here that you've got a team then if they pull this off, they're going to say nobody believes in us. Look at how great we did in this series.
That's fine.
All the momentum's on their side. But then the Guardians have to come out and say, all right, enough's enough. Hopefully, I would think you want the Tigers over wanting to go up against the Astros again for the umpteenth time.
Rapid fire coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit a 20-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the center lane on eastbound 33 at 270, and that's on the west outer belt. Traffic is stop and go from Post Road. We also have a couple-minute delay on eastbound 670 from 3rd Street to 71, and another slowdown on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 east and west split. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip to a postseason game, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Rothman. If you're feeling at a loss for energy or just not upbeat like you used to be, it could be low testosterone. That's right, it affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help you get back to your best. But guys have different T levels, so don't go for a standard dosage plan. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan, like you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. Do it now. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Protect yourself, Ohio. Get your shots for COVID and flu today. A message from the Ohio Departments of Health and Aging.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman. The fall deals at Germain Honda of Dublin are beautiful. The 24 Civic LX, only $249 a month for 36 months. The 24 Accord LX, only $279 a month for 36 months. With 10,000 miles a year on the lease, $34.99 cash cap reduction, payments plus tax, tag, and document fee, and away you go. How about 0.9% up to 36 months on the 24 Prologue, the first all-electric SUV from Honda. For the best deal in town, Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants to help ease your oil change anxiety with a few moments of automotive peace.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Partial to pastrami, craving a Cubano. Yeah, sounds delicious, but boom! Add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eaten a lot of sandwiches in his day, and the one thing I can say with absolute fact, every bite is better with Pepsi.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to Schottenstein Center Friday, October 4th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You wanted the best. Instead, you got these two. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. It's 12,000 square feet, 2 huge walls of television, food, drink, anything you want, they have it. If you say, "I would like the world's largest ruby," they will bring you just a large woman named Ruby.
Is that right?
Yes. Hello, honey. Welcome to the sports book.
I'm sure there could be someone named Ruby who doesn't sound like that.
Nope. Impossible.
Okay.
Please go there whenever you have free time. Live there in the parking lot. Actually, I saw a guy in the parking lot just, piss right on the ground. That could be you. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
By the way, make some time to be there when we are there next time, which will be a week from this coming Friday.
That's right.
The Friday before a big college football game involving a local team and a team from Oregon. I don't know who those could be. Anyway, we'll be there that Friday from 3 to 6. So come hang out then and all the other times in between.
Here's some news for you. The Browns have announced that Mike Hall Jr. has been suspended 5 games for violating the personal conduct policy.
Oh, well, that sounds about right.
Is eligible to return, though, October 7th. That's 6 days from now.
So he's been suspended.
And they just told us, I guess. Either that or it's a typo.
Yeah, I mean, unless they mean November something, right? I mean,
I don't know. Anyway, probably a good idea not to put a gun to your girlfriend's head and have a big spat.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems odd that that's only going to get you a 5-game suspension, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's the punishment.
The criminal charges were dismissed. Maybe they figured this is the best we can do.
I guess it. Yeah,
I don't know.
They got a CBA. It's all worked out in that. So
whatever.
Far.
So we didn't know he was suspended, but he's suspended. But he'll be back soon, unless he's not.
Good thing we're committed.
Rapid fire.
Sponsored by Custom Air. Custom Air. Custom Solutions. Custom Comfort.
All right, Teddy, rapid fire number 1.
Both Indiana and Rutgers are still undefeated. Which team has the best chance to sneak into the college football playoffs?
I don't have the schedule for either of those teams.
I have them right here.
Okay.
Indiana, here's their schedule. At Northwestern.
Win.
Nebraska.
Home?
Yeah, when I say not at.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nebraska.
You don't have to be rude, Bone. That was rude.
I was trying to do this quick. It's rapid fire. Let's go. We don't have time for niceties.
All right.
Nebraska.
Win.
Wisconsin.
Win.
At Michigan State.
Win.
Michigan at home.
Win.
At Ohio State. Loss. Purdue at home to close it out.
That's a one-loss football team, baby.
Rutgers.
We'll see you in Indy.
Rutgers at Nebraska. I'm giving you Rutgers. Okay. Wisconsin at home.
Win.
UCLA at home. Win.
Win.
At USC.
Loss.
Minnesota at home.
Win.
At Maryland.
Loss.
Illinois at home.
Loss.
At Michigan State.
Win.
All right, so then you have Indiana.
That's 4 losses, you losers.
Indiana.
They're not making it.
No. Indiana, we'll see you in the Big Ten title game, my friends.
Rutgers, on paper, would have the, to me, easier schedule because they play not Ohio State and not Michigan, but you have Indiana going there. So
you disagree with me?
I think Rutgers has a better chance of not playing Michigan and Ohio State since they're not on their schedule.
I think you're stupid.
I think.
Rapid fire number 2.
We have only 2 undefeated teams remaining in the NFL, the Chiefs and the Vikings. Are you a believer in the Vikings or will they fade away?
Let's go. I believe in them. Sam Darnold's the MVP. I know they're in my division. I'm supposed to hate them, but here's what I got to say to all the Vikings fans out there. That's my Viking horn noise. You like it?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give it to you again.
I didn't know what that was.
No?
Awful. I will say that I'm surprised that you're being this obvious with your clear attempt at a reverse jinx.
That's
what you're trying to do.
I love Sam Darnold.
Oh, they're so great.
I love.
They'll never fail.
Richard Jefferson.
No.
Richard Jefferson.
Dead. Richard Jefferson
right.
alive.
Dead.
But
Justin Jefferson.
Dead. Justin Jefferson very much alive and good.
Yeah. No, they're awesome.
Okay.
I'm buying them.
You're a gaslighter.
I got to tell you, that sounds just like I did it.
No. It sounds sounds nothing like it. Sounds like a dog getting hit by something but not hard enough to kill it.
You're not buying them? Not buying the Vikings?
I'm saying that by the end of the year, I think they are like a decent NFC team with a chance to make the NFC Championship game. So is that for real?
Yes, that's a chance to make the NFC Championship game.
No,
yeah, it's for real.
Because the NFC is kind of like one of these wide open divisions.
No,
I don't necessarily
that's real, baby.
All right, fine. They're real.
Rapid fire number 3.
If you could be given an artistic ability, such as like playing a musical instrument, singing or painting, which artistic ability would you choose?
Being good at radio. Which I am currently not.
He means like, could you paint? Would you play a musical instrument? Which one would you pick?
I'd love someone to look at me and say, man, No one plays the acoustic guitar like that guy.
Yeah,
like
that's what you want?
Like the finger picking, like the...
You want to do like the classical guitar.
Like the gypsy music.
Like where they're like the Spanish guys played all the...
that does the infomercials.
Spanish flamenco.
Yeah. That's classical guitar. I think that's a good one. I would probably pick dance. Because if you can dance, it opens up so many doors. If you just walk in and music's playing, all of a sudden, if you look like you are going to have a good time, people want to be around you.
Especially your size, man. You'd be
I'm
the
saying
party.
that's the party trick I want. I walk in and people are like, "Oh, look at this fat lard, just and then I just start busting it out. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, here we go." That's what I want.
Rapid fire number 4.
Today is National Taco Day, according to Taco Bell. Where do you go for the best tacos, and what do you want on it?
You know what I love? I love the tacos al pastor at Los Gauchos.
Those are good.
It is sort of like a shaved pork. They have it in a cone, seasoned.
Yeah.
Little pineapple they put on there, grilled pineapple with some cilantro and onions, and that's some good eating right there.
Yeah. I like the local cantina. I like the Wheezy tacos that they do, where they have the crunch Wheezy, those things where they...
You have to have asthma to get it?
No, it's soft shell and a hard shell, and then carne asada in that is great the way they do it. That's good. I like that taco a lot. That's my favorite, probably.
Rapid fire number 5.
Tomorrow, it's National Smarties Candy Day. Are you a fan of the Smarties?
And we just got a national day for everything, don't we? When's National Spree Day? The day after?
Who doesn't like a Smartie? Are we talking about the little guys?
Yeah.
The
Do you
little
like
guys
those things?
in the little thin bag? Yeah. I love that.
Sometimes Samantha will come home with those, and I'll hijack them and eat them.
Oh, those are great.
They're good.
You crush them up, and then you snort them through a straw, right? Isn't that what you do?
That's what
everybody eats them?
They have the smalls and then the larger discs, too.
Yeah, but
right?
the smalls are the ones. The smalls are the good ones.
I never had the larger ones.
Oh, the
large ones can go to hell.
Whoa, really?
Oh, yeah. I like this.
What's worse about having it bigger? You can kind of put your tongue into the curved crevasse.
Is that
of it.
right? When it's bigger,
gonna let it sit there.
When it's bigger, you can do that?
Feels good on the tongue.
I see. I got you. I'm a fan of the smaller ones, Timmy, because
you just like to bite them.
It's over quicker, you know.
Yeah.
Guys, size doesn't matter. It's the flavor that counts.
That's right.
And they've got an excellent flavor. Now, here's the question: would you rather have a Smartie, or a Sweet Tart, or a Spree?
I think Smartie.
Really?
I want the little Smarties in the little. Yeah, I don't need all the chewiness. I want the
large Smartie.
I want the small piece of chalk Smartie.
I want the Spree. I want the candy coating with the tart candy inside.
I like the Sweet Tarts, so we're all
Sweet Tarts are
different
good
then.
too.
Yeah.
Good eating.
Right. Do you like the chewy Spree?
No. Regular,
that can go to hell.
I will break your teeth Spree.
I mean, I will say we're all like, this feels like us arguing about, because see, for me, I would rather have chocolate than any of this. So like, these are all like.
Yeah, it's different moods,
yeah,
though.
like, no. It's
Different
not.
moods.
I never want these.
There's
You never
a
want
chocolate.
these?
No, like,
I love sugary candy.
If these exist in front of me, I will eat them. But if it's this or a Reese's peanut butter cup, if it's this or a Snickers, if it's this and a Rolo, I'm eating any of those.
Oh,
a
wow.
Heath bar. I mean, anything over these like sugary candies.
No, sometimes I get in a mood where just the sugary candy will do.
No, but see, you can't say no when I say that's what I like.
Yeah, Bone, you're exactly right. You're 100% right.
Wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying for me, I'm never in a mood for these above chocolate. I would rather have chocolate.
You know what can
every
go to
time.
hell, though? American Gobstoppers. Just terrible.
What are those?
I'm not a big fan.
It's just candy that you got to suck. You talk about sucking candy.
Well, that's
You'll
like
be
the
sucking
ultimate.
on that the rest of your life.
Timmy, what are your thoughts on runts?
Not that great.
Which ones are the runts?
Not
the
that
one
great.
with shaped
All
like
the different
fruits, like the banana and the.
Oh God, I
orange
hate
and-
those.
Don't like those?
Oh.
They're not the greatest. I'm with you,
No.
Bone.
What are they? They look plasticky and they taste plastic.
Those are the ones that you can only really find in the quarter turnstile,
that's
grimy
right.
little machine
Exactly
at the front of the
right.
grocery store.
I've never wanted something less. Honestly, give me a rutabaga.
Put your mouth right by the opening. That's what people do, right? The quarter edge, straight into the mouth.
Maybe you're saying that's enough food conversation. Well, you'd be wrong. Because coming up next, Fat Boy Food Down! Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Traffic is moving slowly if you're on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between Westerville and Cleveland Avenue. And you can expect a 10-minute delay on westbound 161 from Johnstown Road to Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Hi, Bob and Teresa Capace here for Worthington Jewelers.
Join us for our semi-annual bridal sale.
Featuring our BOGO, buy one, get one 50% off on engagement rings, wedding bands, or wedding sets. Worthington Jewelers, where Columbus gets engaged.
Bishop and Friends.
Quinshon Judkins has been a star. Some Heisman odds on him. It was something like 20-1 or 30-1. He's doing the things you got to do to be able to be in the mix.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
With so much in one place, Meijer is the only stop you'll need to make. Save big with weekly deals going on now. Like California red or black seedless grapes, only $1.49 per pound. Fresh from Meijer 80% lean ground beef, just $4.99 a pound. And Meijer shredded, sliced, or chunk cheese, 3 for $6. You can always count on low prices and great quality at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See these deals and more in-store or in the Meijer app.
Real people in Ohio are learning more and more about the real Sherrod Brown.
I thought I knew Sherrod Brown, but I didn't know his voting record.
Sherrod voted to let transgender biological men compete in women's sports? What?
And Brown would allow puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for young kids.
For kids? Under Sherrod Brown's spending and inflation, everything is more expensive. Groceries, gas, housing, even electricity. Sherrod sure had me fooled.
He votes a lot differently in D.C. than he talks here.
Washington has clearly changed Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod's not the guy we supported years ago.
Not at all.
And what Sherrod Brown's voting for, it's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown let us down.
Sherrod's changed. That's why we need to change senators.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
sponsored by Riker Ford.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Tuesday. Don't forget tomorrow. Wild Card Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
It's also Bone's final show of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Who's hosting with me Thursday and Friday? I have no idea. Is it you,
That's
Timmy?
Timmy Hall.
Oh,
I'm
Timmy.
guessing.
You and I are going to have some fun, buddy. I got a lot of good stuff planned.
Could be a pretty decisive game 3 in my world on Thursday.
What are you talking about?
If you've got an Orioles-Royals game 3 to move on to the ALDS.
Yeah, what does that
baseball?
What does that determine? Which team you're rooting for the rest of the way?
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be happy either way. You'll love both those teams, Timmy.
It is ridiculous.
Timmy, I'm guessing you're more happy if the O's win that, correct?
I am. Look, the Royals won a World Series once, and I got no rush. I got no buzz. I didn't get the high when they won that.
You didn't get anything from that.
It was nice, but I just...
You got a lot of merch because you've been wearing that around.
I love their merch. It's fantastic stuff.
You know what?
Disagree?
I support this, Timmy. I support...
You don't like that Royals jacket that I have?
One.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You've lived in that area, right?
Yes,
no?
yes.
Right. You lived there.
Worked.
Yes, you
lived
and lived
graduated
there, right?
college.
Yes, all
Met
that.
my wife there.
Yeah, so that whole
counts.
Thing, you had a time in your life where you were there.
Yeah, 4 years.
And so if you buy some merch saying, "Hey, this is not my primary ball club, but I don't mind wearing this." See,
I think it should be in the code of fandom.
I'm becoming more flexible in my old age. I don't think that's happening across the
It's
desk over
acceptable.
here.
I didn't just pick a team out of the clear blue sky and say, I love the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I'm going to root for them.
Like if I went out and got some Reds gear, I mean, I'm not a Reds fan, but I want to see them do well. I live
go
near
ahead.
Cincinnati. What's wrong with that?
Go ahead.
I'll get some Guards gear too.
Look,
Me
if
too.
if the Orioles get bounced, the Royals are done. I want to see the Guardians.
How
pull
about
through.
you and I Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Up Cleveland.
Yeah,
we face paint.
Absolutely. Well,
no, you and I we go red face.
I won't be. No, that's not going to happen. I won't be in town Saturday, so that won't happen either.
Bad. Timmy, you and me,
go on up.
Thanks for the secondary invite.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
We talked about these guys last week. It is a company called Muddy Bites. Essentially, they have taken the bottom part of a drumstick, a little cone tip, and the chocolate, and they've made a snack bag out of this. They've sent us about 97 packages.
I'm not complaining. Thank you for all of them.
I have the thin mint variety that I'm going to try.
I have the cookies and cream version. I tried the regular one earlier. It was delicious.
Tastes like a thin mint. Tastes like a Girl Scout cookie.
Mm-hmm.
And these are officially labeled for the Girl Scouts. So I assume they're getting a kickback.
That's good. These cookies and cream bites, excellent. They're chocolate. It's a chocolate cone, which is different than what you get when you get a drumstick, obviously. But I like this flavor a lot.
These are good snacks. It's only 300 calories for one entire bag, which, that's healthy eating for me. The one critique that I have for the Muddy Bites people is I feel like the cone itself needs maybe a touch more flavor. Vanilla, almond extract, something.
Okay.
The cone itself is just there. But I think the filling's very good. And actually, they sent some to the house. This is my second bag.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
They sent some to the house. I had some this weekend. And I put them in the freezer.
Better?
And I like them frozen, too.
I got it. Well, that would make sense, right? Because that's what they taste like when you're getting the cone out. When you're getting what they're based on is a drumstick. And when those are frozen, that's what you're eating at the end. And I like that, too. That sounds like a good idea. I've got a little road trip coming up, as you have probably heard. Going to be out of town the next Thursday, Friday. Going to be gone. I'm planning on taking a few of these in the car and just cruising on down the highway, snacking on some Muddy Bites.
Timmy, what'd you think of them?
I kind of agreed with what you said. I got the cookies and cream here, Bone, as well. Pretty good.
I'm going to try these in the freezer. I think that would be a little bit better.
We're definitely all going to do that and take that tip. I prefer the original. I like the original one as well. But I think a little slap of vanilla might be better as well.
They're close.
You know what I think?
Close.
I think I might do is take 3 of these bags, put them in a bigger bag, and then shake that all up and redistribute. So I get a little.
Now that's
every single
thinking,
time. I get a little different taste there.
I honestly just want to go to Sam's Club, buy a 36 pack of drumsticks, and just slice all of the tips off.
That sounds economical.
Timmy's like,
we'll eat the tops as well.
Oh,
we'll
okay,
just get
good.
little cups.
I thought you were talking
we'll turn
about
them over. There's your answer.
Sounds
like a serial killer.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're doing a circumcision on drumsticks right there. I don't know if I'm for that, but whatever. Just the tips. That's fine.
You're like one of those model car guys, getting real sophisticated with it, slicing it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. And then what else do we have to talk about? Oh, you've got some big news.
Well,
this is exciting.
Yeah, there was a story in the Dispatch. The Hunan Lion has been closed for like a year because they had a fire.
October 4th, right?
Yeah, they had a fire in the kitchen. Been closed for a year. I would go there once a week. The family was in mourning for a while. We wore black veils around the house. Apparently, they're getting ready to reopen. They said by December, maybe earlier. Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go!
That's a big day for you.
It's been a year.
Well, I mean, it takes a while to rebuild.
Man, this better be spectacular when I walk in there.
Oh, I know.
Like just rebuilt to perfection.
What's your dish?
I've tried them all. I like them all. But if I had to pick one favorite, Szechuan beef.
Oh, that's delicious.
Common man likes his beef spicy.
How could that be bad?
You're sweating bullets.
Hey, Chinese food's like sex. If you're not sweating, you're not doing it right.
Is that so?
I used to say that. Now I just lay there.
I like how
you don't have the fan turned on high enough.
You're saying you weren't wrong about the Chinese food. You were wrong about the sex.
Yes, that's
what
right.
you're saying. That's good.
I just lay there now.
I see. That's great.
It's up to her.
Good for you. God bless.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
For her, too, yeah. I guess. All right, Big Ten, SEC in cahoots. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at some residual traffic due to an earlier accident. If you need to travel eastbound 33 at 270, and that's on the west outer belt, it is still stop and go from Post Road. And you're looking at a 10-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side from Main Street to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greensons.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every single night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I get it. But there are alternatives to the CPAP machine, and Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and stops your snoring. What a concept. It's quick, comfortable, and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and he has a track record to prove it. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. And as the end of the year approaches, a lot of people have exceeded their medical deductibles, which means less out of pocket for you. Don't delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Or you can visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. Growing up in the family business, I've seen firsthand the joy and love that comes with finding the perfect engagement ring. For over 77 years, our family's been dedicated to providing the best quality, unmatched selection, and the guaranteed best price. From timeless classics to custom designs, we have the perfect ring for every love story. Let our family help you celebrate the moments that mean the most. Visit Diamond Cellar today on Salmo Road or at Easton Town Center.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sportsbook is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited Truck Month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
Football fans, are you ready to score big this NFL season? Matty Ice here to tell you that Bud Light and 97.1 The Fan have teamed up for the ultimate football face-off. Join us each week for football face-off events and your chance to win a trip to Vegas, where you'll compete for the grand prize, a trip for two to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Drink Bud Light, enjoy the games, and take your shot at football glory. This week, join me on Sunday at O'Nelly's, the Dolphins Backer Bar in Lewis Center. For the Dolphins-Patriots game, I'll be there from 2 to 4 p.m. to give you a shot at going to the Super Bowl.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Get Nature Stone and never replace your flooring again. Nature Stone is a beautiful, permanent flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Act now to get pricing as low as 99 cents a square foot plus installation. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels, third-ranked Ohio State back on the practice field today. Head coach Ryan Day speaking to the media, talking about his Buckeyes getting ready to host Iowa.
We're going to get challenged in a lot of areas, and this is challenging our whole building. This week, we got to have a great week of practice. They're going to be coming hard. They're physical. They're well coached. They're fundamental, and they have an identity. So we know what a challenge this is going to be this week, and so it starts right here.
Blue Jackets skating in St. Louis in the preseason tonight. You can hear that game here on the Fan. The Jackets are formed by the NHL today. Then, in light of the death of Johnny Gaudreau, they will not be required to reach the league's salary cap floor by the start of the regular season. Baseball playoffs, Detroit leading at Houston 3-0 in the 8th. Kansas City and Baltimore scoreless in the 4th. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Not doctors, not lawyers, and definitely not sports hosts. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Join the Fan and Bishop and Friends for an unforgettable evening on Tuesday, November 12th at High Bank Distillery in Grandview. They're thrilled to invite you to the release of their exclusive Fan Barrel Picks. Proceeds benefit Brady Quinn's Third and Goal Foundation, making a difference in the lives of veterans. Enjoy exclusive barrel picks, delicious food pairings, live music, and a meet and greet with select athletes. Oh. For tickets and more information, head to 971thefan.com. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
When is this?
This is Tuesday, November 12th.
All right.
But you can get more details on our website right now.
Well, go do it.
I have not been invited to this.
What do you mean you haven't been invited to it? You work at the station?
It's nice
We're
to
all
get
invited.
It's nice to get a formal invitation.
We're all invited. We're all part of the station. You know that this is a big deal. Fan logo is going to be on these. I've seen some pics of the bottles. They
I'll
look
tell you
great.
what, though. I like the High Bank.
Yeah, they're good. Good job.
I really hadn't had any of their stuff until Bo Bishop brought me some stuff because he's in league with.
Well, they went and did the tasting for this, so they could get it figured out.
And it's a blended product, but it's good. It's tasty.
Delicious. Yeah, they make a good thing over there. They do a good job. So that'll be fun. Get your tickets. Go hang out with those guys. Should be a blast.
You know what I had this past weekend?
What's that?
That I never really enjoyed, but now I'm taking to it. A nice rye.
Oh yeah, you like the rye? Oh, I love a rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Little bit of a spice note to that.
Yeah.
They say the rye whiskeys are the best to use if you're going to make like an old fashioned or some kind of mixed drink because you can get a little bit more of that flavor that comes out of it. But to each their own. I think the rye whiskeys, they have had a big surge in the last few years. People have really gotten into those, and I don't disagree with that. It's great.
I like an Irish whiskey. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Conor McGregor's Irish whiskey?
No, I haven't had his proper 12.
That's right. But
I do have a 16-year-old Bushnell's at home.
Oh, look at that.
It is delicious.
Oh, look at you.
It is fantastic.
Let me tell you something
and I've got the handmade Irish crystal. I feel very Irish.
Wow. I didn't know you got this into the Irish whiskey.
If I'm drinking Irish whiskey, it's got to be in an Irish crystal vessel.
Oh, I thought you meant her name was Crystal.
Yes, that too.
You have an Irish lady named Crystal who spits it into your mouth.
I wish I did.
Yeah. That would be the best way to have it, I think. Now, can I say this? And again, I don't think I'm breaking news if you are like a fan of high-end alcohols. But for those of you who have maybe not partaken in the distilled products and you're looking to get in, if you can find a product that is older than 10 years, it's been aged more than 10 years in a barrel or in something, that's probably going to be a thing that will differentiate itself from anything else you've ever had. Like if you're just used to drinking shots at the bar and you've had a little bit of, the stuff that you can regularly find on shelves, you go get a product that's like 10 years or older, suddenly now we're talking. Mm-hmm. Now the flavor profile is different.
That's what Sergei Fedorov said.
As I'm saying the sentence, I'm like, I
right on the tee.
How do I get out of this without him saying anything like that?
Nothing.
I knew it was going to happen.
It was either going to be that or Pete Rose. I didn't know which one I was going to go with today, but
there you go.
One just died, so I'll give him a pass in the have sex with minors department.
Okay.
SEC, Big Ten, maybe getting together and joining forces for power reasons.
Yeah, so this article from Heather Dinich over at ESPN says the Big Ten and SEC athletic directors are going to discuss a possible partnership in football scheduling, along with their preferences for automatic bids. And it just, even the phrasing of that, and it's like, I think we're burying the lead a bit here. So next week, they are set to have an in-person discussion. In what other city would they do it, Mike? Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, everybody.
Because you can't have a discussion about anything regarding sports and the future of sports without mentioning Nashville, Tennessee is the Greg Olson of cities. When it comes to anything where it's like Major League Baseball is thinking about expanding. What's this going to do for Nashville? We got to put a team in Nashville. Oh, okay. Maybe the NBA will expand. In Nashville, you got to put a team in Nashville. Make sure there's a team in Nashville. We got it. Nashville is spectacular. Everyone wants to go there.
In-N-Out Burger's coming.
Nashville.
Where is it coming? Nashville.
It's got to go to Nashville. Can't do it anywhere else. Nashville.
I hate
Austin
them.
of now.
I hate him.
Remember how Austin was like
it's nothing
10 years
they did.
ago?
It's like Greg Olson. It's nothing he did.
No.
But I hate his guts.
Well, Nashville does. I have a little problem with Nashville because now it's like, hey, are you a bachelorette party? Good news. We've decided to turn the entire city over to you. Anybody else that wants to come to Nashville? Sorry, you're going to have to dodge 8 million bridal parties that are going to be there.
In white flowy dresses with cowboy boots.
Right. Running into the street, screaming at you when you dared to drive through a green light that they ignored. But other than that, yes, Nashville's fine.
It's making the Christian music scene too, isn't it?
Yes, we used to go there every year when I worked at the Christian radio station. That was when I flew private.
Oh, look at you.
No, I'm telling you, the owners of our station.
Teddy must be nice, right?
Well, if it's any consolation, they paid me an Alpo. So
who cares?
I'm just saying, who cares?
You're on the private plane, baby.
As I drove my busted up Chevy Cavalier with the wheels falling off into the private jet parking lot and then walked onto a private jet, got out of that, came back to my crappy life. But yes, in the moment, that's where we went. We went there every year for a music conference where all the big name stars were there. And I met tons of actual non-Christian music stars there because everybody else was in Nashville for country music, and there were stand-up comedians there. For 1 year we were there was a big comedy festival going on.
Look, I've met a lot of celebrities doing radio for a long time. Sports celebrities and presidents.
Yeah.
All of it. But there's a couple people that have eluded me.
Okay.
When you were in Nashville, did you meet Big and or Rich?
I did not meet Big and or Rich.
Teddy, have you met Big and or Rich?
I have not.
Man.
You know, I did meet in Nashville.
Who?
And this one, I shouldn't say I met him. I saw him across the way. We were like two ships passing.
You met him like Jeff Rimmer meets people.
No, you're right. I didn't meet him, but I was in the lobby with this guy and I couldn't get up and get over to him quick enough before things. I would have jumped on him. Gallagher.
Oh, Gallagher.
Which
Gallagher was it though?
No, I think it was real Gallagher. I don't think it was his brother. I think it was Gallagher.
Aren't they like identical?
Yes, but this one was covered in watermelon. He was just
They're
he had
both
already been
covered in watermelon.
No. He had just finished smashing a watermelon in someone's face. No, I saw him. Who else did I see? I saw Marty Stewart from across the way.
Who's that?
The legendary country music guy.
singer.
Yeah,
Marty
huge.
Stewart.
Oh my God, yeah, it was huge. And he is like
great hair on that man. Yeah,
Teddy.
He's no big and rich.
He was like 5 foot.
He's better.
He might have been. He might have been 5 feet tall, but that big hair was. I mean, it was the size of a beach ball on this. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. It was. He's unreal.
Teddy, who's your favorite
guy in person?
Country music guy or gal of all time?
Probably George Strait. Yeah.
You love George Strait.
Dwight Yoakam, close second.
Columbus guy.
Yeah, I know.
Dwight Yoakam.
Local hero.
What
That's
about
right.
Clint Black?
I love me some Clint Black
know
as
you do.
well. I
He's
do.
good.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites as well.
The two biggest celebrities I met in Nashville, this is real, other than the Christian music people that probably no one cares about outside of that scene, but the two celebrities that people would know, this was during Blue Collar Comedy Tour success, met Bill Engvall, Here's Your Sign, that guy, and he was super nice. I went up and talked to him, and one of my buddies who had no idea who he was said, "Who's that guy? Are you friends?" And I'm like, "No, he's a comedian. He's on TV. He's a nationally known comedian." He's like, "Oh, I never heard of him." And I said, "Well, he was that polite. He was very nice." And then the one that probably most people would think is the most impressive, Toby Keith. Dead, but met him at a bar and he was pouring shots and drinking them. We just got a picture with him. This was in the Christian music days. I couldn't drink in public around. That would have got us in trouble. So we just, shook hands, took a picture. That was that.
All right.
But yeah, Nashville, it's a scene.
Big and rich. All right, go ahead. SEC Big Ten.
Yeah, the reason they're in Nashville is because they're going to go meet up about trying to get Big Ten and SEC scheduling preference where they actually schedule each other, try to get on the same page there. One minor hiccup there is that the SEC plays 8 conference games. Big Ten plays 9. Big Ten says, well, if we're going to do this, you got to schedule 9 games. And the SEC says, yeah, we're not so sure about that. The other thing they want to do is they want to push in 2 years when they redo the college football playoffs, because this is only a 2-year deal. They want to get the Big Ten and SEC 4 at-large bids guaranteed apiece. 4 bids total apiece. So the 12-team playoff, 8 of them would come from these 2 conferences.
I like it.
Do you?
No. I don't
Stupid.
care. I really don't.
I do. I think it's stupid. There would be years where the SEC would not deserve 4 teams in the playoffs, and there will be years where the Big Ten will not deserve 4 teams in the playoff, 100%. So
I'm trying to think who would be, if we had this last year, who would the representatives be for the Big Ten?
Well, Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm looking at the standings. So Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State.
Yeah, they were there.
Well, are you talking about the new Big Ten, like with Washington? And,
oh no, I'm not talking.
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
you're right. If Washington, no, let's just go from last
All
year.
right, Michigan, Ohio State,
That works out better
Penn
for Ohio
State,
State.
Iowa. Those would be your 4, right?
You think Iowa deserved to be in the college football playoffs last year?
They won the West. No,
they don't deserve to.
no,
be in.
but they won the West. They would have been involved in this.
No, but they wouldn't. That wouldn't factor. That shouldn't matter. They're not good enough. They shouldn't be there. And by the way, Ohio State last year didn't get a job done. I can understand if you say, well, they shouldn't have been there either. Fine. Neither of those teams would have a reference for that, I think.
Iowa got smoked in the Big Ten by Michigan too, right?
I think that's right. That sounds right.
Yes.
Let's say that. Great. All right. So anyway, I think this sucks. Don't do it. You should just have whoever you need to have all the conference champions in. That's fine. And then go with whoever's the best. And if you vote in 5 SEC teams every year, at least you're voting them in. It's not based on automatic bids.
You can just expand the conferences again. You have Big Ten, you have SEC, everybody else is out. You have a central scheduling committee.
Well, that should happen.
And you run this like a true AFC, NFC type of thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
With a playoff structure to match.
Yeah, I do think it is ridiculous that, the Pac-12 is trying to laughably jump back into this conversation.
Here.
No, I understand if you want to say they don't get a deserved conference champion, they don't get it. Fine, that's different.
I don't give the Big 12 a
Well, if they win their conference, I could see giving them 1. Sure. I think everybody should get 1 and then the rest of them go to a vote. And if that happens to be all Big Ten SEC, oh well.
What do you mean everyone gets 1?
No, the 4 conference, the ACC, the Big Ten, SEC, and the Big 12. They get their conference champions auto bid in. Want to do the group of 5, one of theirs, if they're in the top 25, The best, highest ranked one, they get an auto bid. Fine. After that, it's a free-for-all, and you vote everybody else in. And you'll get mostly Big Ten and SEC anyway.
All right, you're talking about something that you don't understand. I'm going to talk about something that I don't understand coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Traffic is moving slowly if you're on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Main Street and I-70. And you can expect a 10-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's Breakfast Burrito is everything you want for breakfast. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese sauce, bacon or sausage, all rolled up into one warm tortilla. Want the boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's. At participating U.S. Wendy's. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
From the first one born in the USA to the tens of millions that followed, from the American highways to the NASCAR race days, Toyota Camry has been there, done that, and has the accolades to prove it. But that wasn't enough. It had to be better. Introducing the all-new 9th generation Toyota Camry. All hybrid all the time to be more efficient yet powerful. With the capability to go wherever you want to go in style and comfort. The all-new 2025 Camry from Toyota. Let's go places.
My kids call me Tom. So unnerving. Every day, the older one's like, "How you doing, Tom?" I go, "Hey, I'm not your stepdad, all right? I wish I was. It'd be a lot easier, but I'm not."
From his multiple Netflix specials, comedian Tom Segura brings his new tour, Come Together, to Schottenstein Center Friday, October 4th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Tom Segura, Come Together.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Friday night in the Buckeye State means only one thing. High school football, baby. Join Ryan Baker and Coach Lee Cochran for Byers Dublin Subaru High School Overtime.
Friday night at 9:30.
Your home of all things football. The Fan.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Protect yourself, Ohio. Get your shots for COVID and flu today. A message from the Ohio Departments of Health and Aging.
Real people in Ohio are learning more and more about the real Sherrod Brown.
I thought I knew Sherrod Brown, but I didn't know his voting record.
Sherrod voted to let transgender biological men compete in women's sports? What?
And Brown would allow puberty blockers and even sex change surgery for young kids.
For kids?
Under Sherrod Brown's spending and inflation, everything is more expensive. Groceries, gas, housing, even electricity. Sherrod sure had me fooled.
He votes a lot differently in D.C. than he talks here.
Washington has clearly changed Sherrod Brown.
Sherrod's not the guy we supported years ago.
Not at all.
And what Sherrod Brown's voting for, it's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown let us down.
Sherrod's changed. That's why we need to change senators.
Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around and a couple scattered showers and perhaps a rumble of thunder later on Tuesday evening. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Overnight will fall back down to the low 50s, breezy and cool and dry. Wednesday morning we'll see a few clouds. Late day more sunshine with high temperatures in the low 70s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wild Card Wednesday.
By the way, I want to give a shout out real quick to Dabriel in the YouTube chat, who said, love you guys, love you brothers. I'm from Milwaukee, been here for about 6 years. You guys made me feel real welcome in the sports scene. Love your energy, love respect for the city. So thank you, Gabriel, for listening. That's
Glad
very
you're
nice.
here.
Yeah.
You know what I enjoy every single day?
What's that?
Check out the messages, check out the burner phones. Phone. I don't know why I said phones.
Oh,
plural.
well, I think
Although I think we're
Teddy,
maybe
we know
getting
what that
another
means.
one.
I think he's got a second one somewhere.
But in between pictures of big dongs and craps that I get on a daily basis, it's a way for us to connect with listeners all over the world. Because now with the stream and the podcast, we're more accessible than ever. Just today, I had someone from South Korea send us a message.
Beautiful.
That they listen to the show every single day, and they're from here, and it helps connect them to home. I had somebody from the UK send me a message today, and I had someone from Brazil send me a message today.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we're covering lots of continents on this show. That's just a message from yesterday.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know what? I'm very excited about that. I hope someday we go on the road, take the show international, just like the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We just do every year. It's like, where's their international show going to be from this year? And we're like, good news.
They're
we're going to
in Greenland again. I do want to go to Scotland.
I want to go to Scotland. I'm with you on that.
Maybe an Irish castle, too. We could do that.
Yeah. I would also like to go to the Spanish Riviera. Let's do that.
Too hot.
What do you mean too hot?
Too hot. Don't like it. Plus, they're squirting people with squirt guns. They don't like tourists there.
Yes, that's like one time, one place. It's fine. They'll love us because then they'll come with squirt guns and be like, hey, squirt them. And then they'll be like, whoa, wait. It's Man and Bone. I listen to them online on the podcast. And then they'll be like, all right, if you listen to them, we're not going to squirt them.
What about we go to like Burgundy in France or Normandy?
I got to tell you, I didn't know places were colors. So thank you for that.
Normandy?
Burgundy? I didn't know Burgundy was a place.
I've heard wonderful things about Normandy. They love Americans there.
Sure. Let's go to Normandy. That's great.
So
obviously, we can see the history.
That's right.
Pay respects and all that. You know what? We should also go to like Cabo. You and me. Let's go. Come on. Cabo. What's wrong with that?
I don't want to go anywhere I can't drink water out of the tap.
You don't? Do you drink it out of the tap now?
Yeah, I put my face right on that thing. Like,
This guy's drinking mineral water back in the show over here. I don't think you're walking over this. We have a sink here. Go drink out of that tap.
No, this tap, there's nothing you can give me.
You don't drink
out
of taps.
So
don't give me that.
Directly into our sewer system.
I got news for you. If you go to like Philadelphia, go to any other major city where you're not from there, you probably get a little stomach virus because it's not what you're used to.
Well,
it's
a little
tap
stomach
water.
virus and like constant diarrhea.
That's fine. You're drinking bottled anyway. You're on bottled water all the time now. What are we doing?
I got the microplastics.
That's so
in my pee-pee.
At some point, we got something.
I don't care.
Yeah, give me the microplastics.
All right, here's what I don't understand. Adam Schefter, according to reports, is in the running to take over for Woj, who is leaving. He's the big NBA insider guy. Schefter is the big NFL insider guy, although he has also dabbled in NBA news.
This is dumb.
Look, it's dumb on a couple different levels. First of all, I understand, I guess, from an ESPN perspective, why pay two guys when we can pay one guy?
Yeah,
to do two jobs. All right, they're greedy corporate bastards. I get that. If this is true from a Schefter perspective, now maybe you look at Adam Schefter and say, man, I wish I had his life. It seems glamorous.
Yeah, he will tell you how quickly that facade goes away, apparently, because he sits there in the shower and has people read him his text messages, which is creepy and weird.
Well,
take a shower.
You know, the guy never is able to turn it off. He's got his phone. He's working phones. He's kissing ass in order to get these stories like all the time, 24/7. There's no vacation for this guy. His entire life is ass kissing around the clock. Why would you want to do that for two sports, let alone one? I understand he makes a lot of money. Guess what? A lot of guys in this business make money.
Yeah.
They don't have to grovel.
Well, this is what I don't understand is, like you just said, the corporate powers that be would say, oh, you know what? We can't have, why don't we just get one guy to do both NBA and NFL insider? And what I would argue with that is you just gave Pat McAfee's show like $100 million. What if you're not going to break news anymore, you're ESPN. I understand that, like, our sports radio station, we don't have a news department. We never really did. That's not really a thing we do as a sports radio station. We react to news. But the places that do produce news, that's volume for them. That's stuff that people click on. When Adrian Wojnarowski would break some big piece of news, that would go viral. Everyone would see it. It would bring them back to ESPN. He's on every show. How in the world is Shefty going to do that when right now he's on our radio station and I'm sure dozens of others, and every time you hear him talking, he's distracted because he's looking at his phone? How's that going to work for you? How are you going to do that with two leagues when you can barely do it with one?
Doesn't make sense. Didn't they just get rid of some NBA guy too? Who's the guy that
they
just
got rid
canned?
of Zach Lowe, who has a night. He was very good on NBA stuff. He's more of a commentary guy as far as breaking down what happens as opposed to breaking the news, but definitely a guy who they could have turned into that if they wanted to. Shams Charania is out there. Shams, the guy who, if it's not a Woj bomb, Shams was the other guy. Was he writing for The Athletic at one point? I don't know where he was or where he's been. He's floating out there, and everyone, I think, is kind of believing he will be the guy. He would make the most sense to bring in and have him be the NBA insider for ESPN.
What about my guy Scoop Jackson from Slam Magazine?
Sure, it could be Scoop. Whatever, I don't know.
We used to talk to Scoop every week.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh,
Scoop
I'm so
was
jealous.
a regular on the show.
I subscribed to Slam Magazine when I was a kid, and let me tell you, that was one of the ways I got exposed to the world.
Scoop's
when
a good guy.
When I was still in my Christian school era, because Slam Magazine, they did not care about the swear words. They would put the F-bomb right in there. And I was reading this as like a 14-year-old being like, they're saying F-bombs
and your
about
parents
Sean
probably
Kemp.
had no idea. You're just reading an NBA
I'm getting
magazine.
a basketball magazine. And then every once in a while, there'd be like a hot lady in there just wearing a basketball jersey. And I would be like, yes, like this was good. I Slam my guys. Yeah. Make some more Slam magazines. They still do. They're good.
Why did little Jonathan lock himself in the bathroom with a basketball magazine and the J.C. Penney catalog?
There's a big Country Brian Reeves feature. I'm just reading that. That's all. Don't pay any attention to what else is going on.
By the way, F-bomb Jen Winters said that once upon a time she met Big from Big and Rich.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Which one was he? Not the guy who
was Big.
Thank you. That's not his name. Well,
Big Kenny, is that his name?
Rich was the guy who's John Rich. Is that his name? Or at least that's his stage name. He was the guy who was on The Apprentice and all that stuff.
He was on The Apprentice?
Yes. One of them was. I think it was him. He was the little guy. I think it was Rich. That would make sense that like The Apprentice would have been like, let's get the rich guy on here.
So Big had the big
he was a big guy?
The big hat.
Big hat. Big hat.
It's funny.
Funny guy.
Turd Ferguson. Big hat. All right, game show coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit some slower traffic on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 315 and 23. And we've got a 10-minute slowdown on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary. Does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU. BMIFCU.org/Visa.
Hey guys, if you've noticed a lack of energy and drive, it could be low testosterone. Don't wait. Get your levels checked by the experts at Low T Center. They have over a decade of experience helping patients. And once you're established, you'll get the convenience of physician-monitored, at-home TRT with advanced treatment that includes both lab testing and medication. Low T Center ships directly to your door. So go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You know, as much as I enjoy being a professional inventor, a few of my dream inventions still elude me.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, the bruiseless avocado.
Ooh.
The unlosable TV remote.
Could change the world.
And for you, Aaron, the uncloggable drain.
Get Eco.
Until you crack it, Jerry. You know our 93 or free drain clearing offer is the next best thing.
Okay. Explain yourself.
Get Eco.
Our drain team will clear your drain for just $93. If we can't clear it, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we will clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
We'll even send our little robot camera down there to make sure you don't have a larger problem that could cause more trouble in the future.
Get Eco.
You think your guys could bring that robot over to my place and help me find that TV remote?
I think that's impossible even for us.
Get Eco.
Eco, plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Welcome to Reverse Aesthetics. Our medical weight loss program includes popular medications like semaglutide and tirzepatide, both of which are supercharged by our body sculpting treatments. For only $2.99 per month, under the supervision of our board-certified medical doctor, Reverse Aesthetics can help you achieve your weight loss goals while tracking progress quarterly. We have plenty of inventory and can begin treatment within 48 hours of your consult. Schedule now at reverse-aesthetics.com or call us at 614-656-4000.
We have a lot of football happening. I'm here to help. Set your radio preset to the Fan. Very good. Now set the second one to ESPN Columbus. It's the HD2 button. Lastly, go to the Fan's HD3 and save the Fan 3. Crisis averted. You're welcome.
Fox's new drama, Murder in a Small Town, is a must-watch mystery.
They found the body.
Tonight, for new Chief of Police Carl Alberg, this quaint small town has charming streets.
Keep your doors and windows locked.
Friendly faces.
I'm warning you. Get the hell out of here.
And dark secrets.
There's someone out there. Someone watching.
It's the new hit drama, Murder in a Small Town.
Tonight at 9 on Fox 28.
With so much happening every day,
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community.
Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward. Thanksgiving's coming up fast. So while you're counting your blessings, why not add a thankful 30 to the list? With Awaken 180 weight loss, you could drop 30 pounds by Thanksgiving, or even 40 if you get the same results I did. I dropped my first 30 pounds in just over a month, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. Imagine this, while everyone else is debating the play calling in the big games, you're sitting at the dinner table feeling lighter, more energetic, and thankful for the 30 pounds no longer holding you back. If I can drop 55 pounds with Awaken 180, I know you can hit the Thankful 30 by Turkey Day. It's simple. It's laid out for you. And as you all know by now, it doesn't include a lifetime of medications. That's why I chose Awaken 180. Be thankful this year by dropping your 30 or more pounds. Head to awaken180weightloss.com and reserve your consultation today. It's fast, proven, and as you all know, the weight will stay off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
All right, show of hands. Who knew that Jason Hayward was still playing Major League Baseball?
I wasn't aware.
Teddy, you didn't know.
Teddy knew.
Come on.
He's like, oh, yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, I knew that.
I did.
Well, he's at the plate now for the Astros with a chance to win this game.
It's so listen.
Strike him out.
Here are the stakes. Astros down 3-1 of the Tigers. 2 out.
Bottom
of the 9.
9.
Bases juiced. Hayward up to the plate.
I'll tell you, if they blow this lead, if the Tigers blow this lead, Sweet Lou, our boss here, who's the biggest Tiger fan in the world, may spend the night in a ditch.
I don't know. He's driving home right now, listening to this. I'm not here. He's listening on. He's not listening to us.
He's not listening to any.
No.
We could just F-bomb the entire segment.
That's right.
He's not going to hear
He's
it.
listening on the AM.
No, he's not listening at all. Oh, he's listening to the game on the AM. Fair enough. But he's not listening to us. I'm saying.
ESPN 1460.
ESPN
That's right.
Columbus.
That's what ESPN Columbus.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Hayward. That's a foot outside, you stupid idiot.
That's no good. Now, see, Mike, as a good employee who our boss is our best friend, Cody, we want him to be happy.
He's our best friend?
I'm rooting for the Tigers to win this game, so he'll be happy. Of course I want that, Mike.
Let me tell you something.
Boy, that's the best play-by-play you ever hear.
If you didn't get that from the yelling, he hit an exit velo. What was that, a guy, 110 off the bat?
Yeah, right.
Just a line shot that went right to an infielder. Game is over. Tigers win.
Right to first base.
Oh, that was a line shot.
Oh, but you know what? LT Grace on the prowl. They're up 1-0 in the series now. They close it out tomorrow.
But I'm told by the Smarks that you get extra points if you hit it really hard.
Hit it really hard right at a guy. Hey, give it to AJ Hinch. Had his guy in the right spot. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting it on him.
Analytics right there.
Analytics. Yeah, baby. That's right.
AJ Hinch, familiar with that stadium?
That's
Obviously.
right.
He was the manager of the Astros.
Of course.
Also familiar with cheating.
Is that why he wasn't managing the Astros?
That's all right.
I forgot about that.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Game show.
All right, Mike, today we're doing Southern Fried Trivia, some trivia of the South. So I'll just give you a bunch of stuff. We'll start here. The largest diamond ever discovered in the United States was found in the South. Which southern state was it? Arkansas or Georgia? The largest diamond ever found in the U.S. was found in one of those two states, Arkansas or Georgia.
I'm going to say Arkansas.
You are correct. Are you aware of where this would have been found? Have you ever heard of this place I'm about to tell you of? A state park known for diamonds.
No.
Yeah, there's a state park in Arkansas called Crater of Diamonds State Park. You can go there now and search for diamonds. It's a part of the experience to go into the state park.
I won't.
They have a massive just dirt field where people go. They bring their utensils. They bring all this stuff, and they sift for diamonds. People have found diamonds there. The largest one was a 40.23 carat Uncle Sam diamond is what it was called.
What is Uncle Sam diamond?
Well, they called it the Uncle Sam diamond because it was so big they gave it a name. Back in 1924, there was also the 8.52 carat Esperanza diamond. And the most perfect diamond ever found in the U.S., the Strawn Wagner diamond, all were found in this one park in Arkansas. So that's where you want to go if you want to look for diamonds when you're on like a field trip or something.
Phone.
Family vacation.
See that guy on the TV right there?
I do see that guy on the TV right there.
That guy is 29 years old. Jake Rogers, who is the catcher for the Tigers.
It's Jake from State Farm.
He
does look like the Jake from State Farm, like the first guy they called on Jake from State Farm.
He looks like he's 50.
He's got a mustache. The mustache adds age. It makes you look older. It does. All right, next up. Aside from the White House, which is obviously the most visited home in the country, given it's the White House, The South is home to the next most visited home in the country. Is it Graceland or the Biltmore Estate? Which one gets more visitors in a year? They're both in the South, obviously.
I mean, I would think Graceland would.
Okay.
That's my answer.
You're wrong. Graceland gets about 500,000 annual visitors. 500,000 people go to that every single year. The Biltmore in Nashville, North Carolina, which obviously we know a lot of flooding and everything there. Hope all those people are able to, get the help they need. 1.7 million annual visitors to the Biltmore.
Wow. So more than double.
Triple.
Almost triple.
It is triple. Yeah, it's a lot. It covers nearly 4 acres, is made up of 250 rooms, has 65 fireplaces in the Biltmore. Pretty crazy. Next up, which state in the South is tied with Missouri for the most? Well, actually, this is all the states in the U.S., but they're both in the South. I'm going to give you the choices here. Which state is tied with Missouri for the most bordering states in the United States? West Virginia or Tennessee?
Tennessee is long and thin.
It is long and thin.
I'm going to say Tennessee.
That is correct. Both Tennessee and Missouri have 8 state borders, highest number in the country. Tennessee touches Missouri, Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, Arkansas, Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama. Next up, in which city were veteran actors Kathy Bates and Morgan Freeman born?
Mississippi.
Right? Not a choice. That's not. Mississippi's not a city.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
It's not one of my options.
All right, I'm sorry.
Birmingham, Alabama, or Memphis, Tennessee. They were both born in one of those two cities.
I thought Morgan Freeman was a Mississippi guy.
Well, you're going to have to answer the question given the options, since that's wrong.
Well, considering that Mississippi is like a suburb of Memphis, I'm going to go with Memphis.
That is correct.
All right.
Now, you are right. He was born in Memphis in 1937, but moved to Mississippi at a young age and grew up there.
All right. So I'm not totally wrong.
No, you're not. Kathy Bates was born in Memphis as well in 1948.
Kathy Bates is now Matlock for some reason.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Next up, aliens being referred to as little green men comes from a reported alien sighting in which southern state? Kentucky or Tennessee?
Kentucky.
Yes. They are depicted as green little men with bulging eyes. That goes back to a sighting in Kelly, Kentucky at a farm there. One night in 1955, 11 people showed up to a police station to report an encounter multiple hours long with these creatures, and they all described them as little green men with big bulging eyes.
So they talked to them for hours?
They said 11 people said they had an encounter with aliens that lasted multiple hours at a farm in Kelly, Kentucky. No word on what else was encountered there, but who knows? Maybe somebody was sipping some ayahuasca. Or not. I don't know. Maybe it's real. Next up, which southern state has the second most state parks in the country behind Washington? Is it Florida or North Carolina? Second most state parks outside of Washington.
Let's go with Florida, Bone.
That is correct as well. You're doing well on this one. Florida has 112 state parks. Washington has 154, followed closely by California and Oregon, which both have 110. But let them live. A lot of state parks. There are obviously a lot of beaches where those all often are state parks.
A lot of swamp, too.
There's a lot of swamp. That's right. A colony of 4,000 wild monkeys, this is true, exists in one southern state. Which one is it?
Wild monkeys?
Yes. Georgia or South Carolina. One of them has an active, right now, that still is a thing.
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to say South Carolina has monkeys.
You are correct again. This is a 2,000-acre island near Beaufort, South Carolina, called Morgan Island. It is home to 4,000 wild rhesus monkeys. They were brought there in 1979, 1,700 of them brought from India to create a breeding population to be used for research. Now, thankfully, they don't use these monkeys for research anymore, but they're also left alone. The habitat is protected. You cannot go to this island to mess with these monkeys, but they live there. They have a breeding colony, and they still exist. There's over 4,000 of them.
How big are these monkeys?
Rhesus monkeys, I don't think are big. I'm not a monkey expert.
They're also full of peanut butter.
Sure. That's right. Let's see. Oh, one more. Which southern state has the most prolific record of Bigfoot sightings and even has a festival named after the elusive creature? Is it Texas or Virginia?
Virginia.
No.
Virginia's For lovers, not for Bigfoot. Texas?
East Texas residents have reported sightings of mysterious Bigfoot-like creatures around the region for decades. Local government in the town of Jefferson calls themselves the geographical epicenter of Bigfoot sightings, and they have a Bigfoot conference and parade every year in Jefferson, Texas.
Okay.
Stupid.
Stupid is right.
But hey,
Bigfoot.
They're making some money on it.
Get out of here with you stupid Bigfoot. So tired of it.
You are?
Well, common man. We haven't discovered so many of nature's species. Yeah, like little tiny things in the rainforest in the bottom of the ocean, not huge, giant beasts. Wouldn't you see a corpse? You morons. Like, even if it's the best hiding animal in the world.
Don't do arguments with this, because you know people will be like, they have found corpses. They said a bear got him or a cougar.
Oh, sure, okay.
But it was Bigfoot.
Fine.
That's what it is, Mike.
Big, giant beast.
People disappear all the time in national parks. They're all disappearing because Bigfoot's getting them.
Okay.
They're eating the tourists. The Bigfoots. They're eating the tourists as they come in.
The cats, the dogs, the Haitians.
Oh,
I blame the Haitians.
No, it's Bigfoot eating the dogs.
Haitians are in league with Bigfoot.
No, not true.
Voodoo magic between the two of them. Eating all our pets.
No, not at all.
Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to the right lane being blocked on southbound 270. On that east outer belt before 670, it is stop and go from Morse Road. And we also have a 25-minute delay due to an accident on eastbound 33. After Hamilton Road, traffic is moving slowly from Refugee Road. And a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 from 33 to I-70. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero. Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Attention Ohio pizza restaurant owners. Tired of glitchy point-of-sale systems slowing you down? Meet Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. With reliable hardware, an easy-to-use system, and 24/7 customer support, Hunger Rush speeds up your operations and boosts repeat orders by up to 10%. This is the restaurant point-of-sale built for pizza. Easily manage your drivers, easily take orders online, easily train your staff in minutes, and easily make modifications. Need to talk to a real person? That's easy too. Top Ohio pizzerias are winning with Hunger Rush. Solutions to help you streamline service, optimize workflows, and maximize profits. Join the thousands of successful restaurants transforming their operations with Hunger Rush for $0 down and $0 a month. Tools for menu management, marketing, customer engagement, and increased upsells, all in one simple platform. That's Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. Schedule your free no-obligation demo at ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Tailgating this weekend? Schmitz Catering has you covered. Schmitz will cater your neighborhood party or company tailgate and handle all the heavy lifting. They can even grill for you at your location. Schmitz is the perfect way to celebrate this football season with their delicious Bahama Mamas, sausages, cream puffs, and more. Let Schmitz bring their Haas to yours. Check out their full catering menu at schmidthaus.com. Why tailgate when you can Schmidtgate?
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Wednesday night at 8 on The Fan. Columbus, the wait is over. Blue Jackets hockey is back. Come feel the boom all season long. Be here Tuesday, October 15th for the home opener, presented by Nationwide. Get your tickets today at bluejackets.com.
A single cloud can weigh 550 tons. A sports car fits inside a hippo's mouth. NJM Insurance puts policyholders first. Seems unbelievable, but it's all true and approved by legal. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Is it time for a new or used car? Visit Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161, home of the Tansky Promise, where our salespeople aren't paid on commission. We have a 72-hour exchange policy, and every transaction is upfront and transparent. You can even start the process at home. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to start your purchase today and to see all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
At Pella, we use the newest technology to show you exactly how new windows would look on your home.
Well, we keep it simple at our window place. We use a number 2 pencil to draw what your house will look like with our new windows. See?
Oh, yeah. That definitely looks like a number 2.
Thank you, Leslie. Wait. I see what you did there.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sports book is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Buckeyes Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeyes Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall.
Oh, you guys. How we feeling?
How are you feeling? You got your Orioles on right now. They're losing to the Royals 1-0. What's the inning? I can't see it.
It is the 8th inning now, top 8, and the Orioles haven't really sniffed anything all game.
Getting late, Timmy.
Yeah. I said I've been saying since the 3rd inning this would be a 1-0 win for the Royals. We'll see if it sticks.
Can't lose the first game at home, Timmy.
No. The Orioles won't score a run in this series. They'll lose 1-0. They'll lose 1-0 tomorrow. It'll be it.
You've seen what you need to see.
Yeah, it's over.
Playoffs over.
It's done. Just like last year.
Yeah, that's
have
good.
the best season in the AL. They won the AL East last year. Had the home series swept.
Yeah, that's too bad, Timmy. I hope that doesn't happen to your guys.
It will.
I'm currently looking up at my Mets team, who are bottom of the 1st, down 1-0, bases loaded.
Must be nice to have a team that's still playing baseball.
At least you had they were great at sucking.
Yes, that's right. The season's over now.
Listen, everyone's going to forget all these teams except the one that wins the World Series. Your team will live in infamy.
Memorable team.
Yeah, that's a memorable team there.
Why get to the wild card round to lose 2 games at home when you can lose 122 baseball games?
121.
Sorry.
Don't give them too much credit.
They got on that hot streak at the end.
They won 5 out of their last 6.
Beat the Orioles in a game late in the year.
That was a couple weeks back.
Still did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
Coming up tonight, we are going to continue to break down what happened. 38-7 win over Michigan State. Start turning the page to Iowa week here. Heard an Ohio State coach say something I never expected to hear at the press conference today. So you will hear from that. We'll go on the trail, get some recruiting updates.
Who's over
as
there?
well. Tyvis is there today.
Bill Shakespeare over there.
Yeah, I can't see too good.
Look at him. I'm not used to seeing him on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday Tyvis. He's actually here on every Tuesday
Is he
show.
really? I don't pay attention. I can't wait till Thursday when the real athlete comes in, DeVere.
There you go.
That's when the real athlete comes in.
DeVere's on Wednesday.
I meant Wednesday.
Tyvis is here every Tuesday and Thursday.
Right.
That's right.
Who's Friday? Nobody?
That's correct. Nobody.
Buckeye Show, top of the hour, right here on the Fan. Back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page. With Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone.
Well, man, happy 100th birthday to the 39th President of the United States of America.
This guy.
Jimmy Carter.
God.
JC.
You can't kill this guy.
JC's taken. I just want you to know, Timmy. By J.C. Chazé. He has taken. No, Jimmy Carter, former president. He is born October 1st, 1924, so that marks the 100th birthday for him. Let him live.
We are talking about the president, not the Jimmy Carter that wouldn't leave his home at the national park.
That's a different man entirely.
Okay.
Yes, the one-term president, Jimmy Carter, but he's been in hospice care for 19 months. We thought when we heard that, that's not
But he beat
great.
it once before. He was in hospice care like 10 years ago.
He still is, apparently.
He did.
They asked,
I won.
His son was interviewed about this and said, how's Dad doing? Dad obviously didn't speak to the media, but he said, well, he's in good spirits. And he said his words are, he hopes to live long enough to cast his vote in the
next election,
in the presidential election.
How old's his son?
I was going to say he's 78, right?
Yeah, it's got to be pretty old. I don't know. Let him live, though. Good for those guys. Congrats on all that. Mount Everest, they are saying, is having a growth spurt, but calm down. It's not quite what you think. They say that over the last 89,000 years, erosion to the Eurasian tectonic plate. Say that 5 times fast. Erosion to the Eurasian tectonic plate.
Europe and Asia?
Yeah. That has, through river erosion, things like that, that has caused the height of Mount Everest to grow by, they say, somewhere between 15 and 50 meters in the last 89,000 years. So apparently a lot of this has happened in the more recent part of that 89,000, but in geologic terms, this is apparently a massive growth spurt in a short, again, geologic terms.
They learned about this by talking to Jimmy Carter about it.
I remember that mountain be a little bit shorter. And they said, yep, you're right. It's exactly right. So
in Jimmy Carter's lifespan, what's that, a centimeter?
Probably, yeah. They say that's what it's doing. It's growing.
25 to 50 meters in 89,000 years?
Yeah. Now, they did say...
Jimmy was on the Titanic, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He survived. He shoved Jack off the door. Him and Rose. No one talks about that.
They did it right on the door while Jack was freezing in the water.
There's no room up here.
Oh, he's a Georgia peach.
By the way, they do say Mount Everest, it grows a little bit, and then you have a rock slide that takes some of the height away. Because at the top, those rocks up there, they're loose. One of them falls down, and then you gain all that. It takes you 8,000 years to get like a foot, and then 2 feet of rock falls away, and got to start all over.
Loose mountain rocks.
Yeah. What can you do?
Thanks, Timmy.
Thanks, guys.
You got 1 hour tonight or 2 hours?
Hour 45. We'll take you right up to Jackets coverage tonight.
Oh, that's right. Where are they tonight?
They are in St. Louis. They're going to get some toasted ravioli when they're done with the game.
Maybe some pizza with Provel cheese on it.
They're going to have a lot of chunks of Provel.
Mm-hmm.
Get the processed cheese before they go.
Tomorrow, Wild Card Wednesday. Be here or be stupid. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side after Livingston Avenue. Police are on scene causing some holdup. And watch for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of westbound 70 on the west side at 270. And there's a 10-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side from East Broad Street to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change wants you to breathe out your oil anxiety and breathe in automotive peace. Visit them today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roof Revivers. Whether you need a quick repair or a full replacement, Roof Revivers has you covered. Visit roofrevivers.com today. Roof Revivers. We fix leaky roofs.
Is a Fan Action Update.
The Heisman Trophy market took a big change this last weekend. Jalen Milroe from Alabama is now the favorite to win the Heisman at 2-1. Cam Ward, Miami, is 5-1. Travis Hunter, big mover as well, moves up to 6-1 to win the Heisman Trophy. Buckeyes on the list. Jeremiah Smith is now 50-1. Quinshawn Judkins 60-1, and Will Howard is also 60-1. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Trust and Will knows that this fall, you're likely celebrating a birthday, your own, a loved one's, or even welcoming a new addition. Because fall is the most popular birthday season in America, and Trust and Will celebrates milestones by protecting what matters most. Trust and Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, with step-by-step guidance designed by attorneys but customized by you. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and secure. Plus, Trust & Will has thousands of 5-star reviews and a rating of excellent on Trustpilot. So join the hundreds of thousands of families in celebrating and securing your future with Trust & Will. Visit trustandwill.com now with offer code Columbus for 10% off your plan. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trustandwill.com. Trust & Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney. Documents are not valid until formally executed in accordance with applicable law.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with the sound of freshness. With new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items, so you save on all the crunch, all the flavor, all the just-picked goodness you love. Surround yourself with savings every time you shop with new low prices on apples, carrots, lettuce, celery, and more. Enjoy fresh savings on fresh produce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
Fox's new drama, Murder in a Small Town, is a must-watch mystery.
They found a body.
Tonight, for new Chief of Police Carl Alberg, this quaint small town has charming streets.
Keep your doors and windows locked.
Friendly faces.
I'm warning you. Get the hell out of here.
And dark secrets.
There's someone out there. Someone watching.
It's the new hit drama, Murder in a Small Town.
Tonight at 9 on Fox 28.
With so much happening every day,
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community.
Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
Question for you. Would you rather pay $150 a month or $15 a month to work out with the same high-quality gym equipment? At Planet Fitness, you can get top-tier equipment for $15 a month. Plus, save $28 or more when you join now during our Strong Choice sale. Our weights weigh the same, you just don't pay the same. Enjoy free fitness training and 24-hour access at most clubs, all in the judgment-free zone. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. See club for details.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every 65. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.